we got to do. I mean, go more to the net, put traffic and, on the goalies and, capitalize on the chances as well.
Is there something that you guys can do in addition to that high shot volume, which Daryl Sutter really stresses? Pucks to the net, it's great, but do you have to get more bodies there as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think it doesn't matter if you have 50 shots, but if they're not quality shots, that's the thing. So it's volume, it's quality as well. So I think that's what we got to do, and to get more, capitalize on your chances. I think we have chances. We just got to bury them.
You've started to heat up offensively. You feeling more comfortable, more confident right now?
Yeah, I feel more comfortable, but I got way better offensively. Obviously, defensively has been way better this year, but obviously they got me to be good offensively, so I gotta create more stuff, and like you said, I think the point's been coming, but I think I got way more.
Sometimes when you join a new team and you're getting used to a new system and a new style, you think a little bit too much. Did you find yourself doing that earlier this season, and do you find yourself doing that less now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at first I was thinking a lot. Now I'm kind of, going out there and playing more of my game. So I think that's what I got to keep doing. It's going to come even better. I think, nobody has seen what I can do yet, and I think it's going to come at some point.
You started the season on a line with Elias Lindholm and Tyler Toffoli, and I think you would agree there wasn't instant chemistry with the three of you, and then Daryl Sutter split you up, and now he's put you back together, and I know you didn't have Elias on your line against the Canadiens on Monday, but it looks like you guys are starting to find it. Does it feel that way?
Yeah, it's better. I think it's coming. I think it's took a little bit more time than we expected, but I think we're finding a little bit more each other out there, and we just got to keep working hard.
And the power play seems to have turned a little bit of a corner as well. What's been the difference for you guys in creating some more chances and scoring some more goals on the power play of late?
Yeah, execution, confidence. I mean, that's all it is. I think you need to, it's a new unit. I mean, we didn't really know each other, so I think it's, to get that chemistry on the power play as well. It's the same thing as 5-on-5. So, I mean, it's been better. I think we got a little lack. I mean, we're getting chances. We just got to, I think, put it in the back of the net. And I think that's going to help us to get momentum in the game and win some games.
From my vantage point, when the power play wasn't working, it looked pretty static. Now it looks like there's more movement. Is that what you see as well?
Yeah, we got to. It's hard for a PK when you start moving. I think when you're static, it's easy. You just got to, stay there. I think you got to make them work, and, we got to work harder. So I think that's what we said, keep it more simple, and then, it's gonna work for us.
You talked about the goaltending. Dan Vladar has been pretty consistently good all season long. I thought Jacob Markstrom was unbelievable against the Canadiens on Monday night. Safe to say you guys are confident with both of those guys behind you?
Yeah, we are. I mean, they're great goalies. I mean, obviously Markey had a little tough stretch, just like everyone. I mean, it happens, and that's where we're teammates, and, we got each other's back, and, and we know Markey. I mean, he was a Vezina, candidate last year, so he's one of the top goalies in the league, and he's great. Vladdy has been unbelievable when he came in, so it's good to have two great goalies that every night, you got confidence.
After a really tough start to the season, the Canucks have bounced back and put themselves back in the playoff race in the Pacific Division and the Western Conference. It's a proverbial 4-pointer tonight against them. What's going to be key for the Flames in this game?
Yeah, it is. I think, especially at home, we need a really good start. But I think overall it's to get a full 60 minutes. And it's been a while. We haven't get that. So I think that's what we got to do for tonight to get, like I said, division game. So we need to get this one.
Hubie, I thought you guys probably deserved to pick up more than just 2 points in the last 2 games of that road trip. But you seem to be trending in the right direction. All the best to you guys against the Canucks tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is Jonathan Huberdeau in conversation with Derek. That's a little Flame strategy as we move closer to puck drop at the Dome on a Wednesday night. 5 goals, 18 points in 26 games so far this season for Jonathan, and we are 16 minutes away from Calgary and the Vancouver Canucks. Game 1 of 4 between these two teams this year. First meeting, and here we are in mid-December between Vancouver and Calgary. As we continue along, it's Pat Steinberg along with you. This is your Flames warm-up pregame show, and it's time for tonight's Alberta-made player of the game. Brought to you by Wild Rose Brewery, and he's taking on his former team tonight, so we got to go with Jacob Markstrom, who has been dynamite against the Canucks since joining the Flames. So he plays his former team this evening. He's also playing his best hockey of the season. Third start in 4 for Jacob Markstrom, and he's our Alberta-made player of the game. Brought to you by Wild Rose Brewery. Wild Rose Brewery offers an all-Albertan premium craft beer for everyone. You might be a player, but you're always a fan, and to that we cheers. Enjoy Wild Rose at home. Or at their tap room, not under their tap room, at their tap room in Southwest Calgary. Between the pipes, speaking of which, Jacob Markstrom gets the start in net for Calgary. He is 8-7-3 on the year with a 2.81 goals against average and an .897 save percentage. He'll go up against Spencer Martin for Vancouver. Martin is 8-3-1 with a 3.45 goals against average and an .891 save percentage. So it's Markstrom for Calgary and Martin for Vancouver. That's your look between the pipes for the Flames. Couple of lineup changes. Lindholm and Weegar come back in. They both missed Monday's game. That means coming out Chris Tanev, who of course was injured in the game Monday. He will not play tonight with an upper body injury. And Matthew Phillips joins Milan Lucic as a healthy scratch. Those are your changes from Monday to Wednesday. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard on a Wednesday. It's a fairly slim night, all things considered, on the out-of-town scoreboard in the NHL. Just two other games that have both wrapped up. One of them saw the Ottawa Senators hold on for a 3-2 home ice win over the Montreal Canadiens, and Minnesota takes a 4-1 win at home to the Detroit Red Wings. There's one more game to go tonight. It's coast to coast on both sides of the border. Coast to coast on Wednesday night hockey in Calgary and in Canada, and coast to coast on TNT south of the border in the United States. That's your out-of-town scoreboard, and the Flames need to start stringing some wins together. And the only way you start stringing wins together is if you pick up a win. And to do it against a divisional opponent that, with a win of their own, would be just 2 points back of you with a game in hand, yeah, an opponent like this one tonight would be a good place for Calgary to pick up a victory and maybe start stringing some together. It's also the final dark mode night. They're in their reverse retro jerseys for the fourth and final time, looking to go a perfect 4-for-4 in the black with the white C retro jerseys, reverse retro jerseys. We'll see if they can do that this evening. That'll wrap us up on our Flames warm-up pregame show, brought to you by South Trail Hyundai. With a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock or order, now's the time to get your perfect Hyundai for an early 2023 delivery. Visit SouthTrailHyundai.com. Derek Wills and Peter Labardius are standing by. They will set the scene for you around the corner for the first time this season. It's the Flames, it's the Canucks, and it's coming your way next. This is Alpine Credits Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
This is CFAC, Sportsnet 960 The Fan, broadcasting from the Basement System studio in downtown Calgary, a Rogers Sports and Media radio station.
Brought to you by Doug Lacey's Basement Systems, the local experts for basement waterproofing, sump pumps, crawl spaces, foundation repair, and radon mitigation. For all things basementy, visit dlbasementsystemscalgary.com.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by South Trail Chrysler and Homes by Avi.
Love it or customize it, Shane Homes builds custom homes you can afford.
Mom, Chris and I are officially building our dream home.
Tell me all about it.
We love the community and design. We were even able to make a few customizations like bigger bedrooms for your future grandbabies.
Shane Homes is now building in 10 communities throughout Calgary and Airdrie. What will you customize? Main floor bedroom, dog wash in the mudroom, or side entry for future rental income? Turn your wish list into reality. Visit ShaneHomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
Alberta is known as one of the sunniest places in the world, and Wild Rose Sun Scout is sunshine embodied. This hazy India Session Ale is juicy, luminous, and tropical. Perfect for any adventure or just kicking back and watching the game. Abundant dry hopping offers Sun Scout huge tropical, juicy aroma and flavor with just a touch of bitterness. Pick up a 4-pack of Sun Scout or try it in the Wild Rose taproom. Details at wildrosebrewery.com.
The holiday season is here at Wolf Cadillac Calgary. They're stepping into the holidays with the best in-stock lineup in years. Head to Wolf Cadillac Calgary and get behind the wheel of a new luxury SUV like the XT4, XT5, or XT6. Plus, get up to $10,000 in lease savings and the Wolf Holiday Triple Play. Until December 31st, choose from $500 off, a $500 gas card, or a $500 grocery card. 1720 Bow Trail or online at wolfcadillacCalgary.com.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
The Flames score a power play goal and make it 3-1.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Get loud, Flames fans. It's almost time to drop the puck. Let's head up to the broadcast booth with Derek Wills and Peter Lubardius, setting the stage for tonight's matchup right now. Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Live from the Sea of Red, Scotiabank Saddledome, Calgary Flames hockey is on the air. Tonight, Elias Lindholm and the 13-11-5 Calgary Flames will renew their rivalry with Elias Pettersson and the 12-13-3 Vancouver Canucks. In the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota, I'm Derek Wills alongside Peter Lubardius on Sportsnet 960 The Fan, on sportsnet.ca/960, on the Flames, NHL, Sportsnet, and Radio Player Canada apps. On your smartphone or smart speaker, just say play Sportsnet 960, and on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Well, thinking back to the Flames' 3-game road trip, as I said when I was chatting with Jonathan Huberdeau earlier today, that Blue Jackets game is one where you just burn the tape, so we'll forget about that one. But I thought the Flames played a lot better in games 2 and 3 of that trip. Overtime loss to the Maple Leafs 5-4 last Saturday night, and then a shootout loss 2-1 to the Canadiens in Montreal on Monday night. What were your takeaways from that road trip, Lou?
Well, I love the game in Toronto against the hottest team in the league in their building, and went punch for punch, toe to toe, and could not quite find an extra point after taking a penalty against a Leaf power play that scored 3 times. I wasn't quite in the same wheelhouse with the game in Montreal, but with no Uyghur, and then found out that Elias Lindholm was on the shelf. Derek, that one kind of felt like 2 points were a must. And what I really came away with from the Montreal game is, would this group get its goalie some help?
Yeah.
You know, Jacob was just spectacular in that game. Like you've said, and I don't disagree for a second, his best effort. You think about what he did in that 4-minute penalty kill in overtime just to get to the shootout. So he's going to go tonight. He was their best player in Columbus. He showed up. He didn't have a lot of buddies that did, and I just get the sense he might be in the start of a real nice groove. He's just too good not to get there again.
And that has to be the most positive takeaway for that road trip for the Flames, because Jacob Markstrom, not only was he clearly their best player against the Blue Jackets in a 3-1 loss, I thought he was clearly their best player against the Canadiens in a 2-1 shootout loss. He gets the start tonight. And at the other end of the ice, no Thatcher Demko. So the Canucks going with Spencer Martin. And the Flames, their magic number this season has been 3. When they get to 3 goals for, they are 13-2-3. When they don't, they are 0-9-2. And who knows, maybe this game goes to overtime, Lou. The last 4 Canucks wins have all been in OT. And if this game does get there, the Flames will probably want to avoid taking a penalty, because all 4 of their overtime losses this season have been on power play goals against. And that has to be a focus for Daryl Sutter's club going into this game tonight. Lou, they were shorthanded 7 times versus the Blue Jackets, 6 versus the Maple Leafs, 7 versus the Canadiens. You are taxing your top players when you're taking that many penalties, and might be the single biggest reason why the Flames only came home with 2 of a possible 6 points.
Well, it's difficult. Some of those games maybe didn't require quite as many penalties. I'll leave it right there. But listen, 3's the magic number. It really is. And tonight, maybe even more so, because this Canucks team has lots of weaponry. They're operating at 27+% on the power play. You don't need to surpass 3. You absolutely do not. Although, thanks to Mr. Steinberg and Mr. Gordon, as it's dark up here, the game sheet, if you take a look at it, no Brock Besser tonight. So he is out, which must mean Höglander is in.
Yes.
And
that's a late scratch. I wonder if there might be something happening there.
Well, I mean, lots of talk the last couple weeks about him being potentially moved. Does make you wonder. He looked fine this morning.
Yes, and I was told he was in, so that is a late change. Brock Besser out, Nils Höglander in. Yeah,
could
have
get
an
sick.
injury. He could be sick. Who knows? But hey, we can speculate because I'm sure lots of other people are speculating with that late change for the Canucks. And the Flames, I'm not sure what kind of game we're going to get tonight. The Canucks are a team, you talked about their power play, Lou, 27.3%, 7th best in the NHL. But on the flip side of that, their penalty kill, awful, 68.2%, 30th in the league, ahead of only the Blues and the Ducks. And then you look at the Flames. They have a power play that struggled and a penalty kill that has been overused, but has been really good when you take a look at their body of work this season. This is a Canucks team that has scored a lot of goals, but they've had a tough time preventing their opponent from scoring goals. That's not the way Daryl Sutter wants to play, so I guess contrasting styles tonight. What kind of game do you think we're going to get?
Well, I have no idea what kind of game we're going to get. I do know this. You hope from a Flame standpoint that one thing returns. Better start. Even at the end of the homestand, starts have become a concern, and they really were in all three games on the trip. Now, they reeled it in a lot better in Toronto after about the first 5 or 6 minutes, but that is something that I think is vitally important. And because the styles are somewhat contrasting, listen, make no bones about it. The Flames, when they have trouble, spend too much time in their own zone, and there's too many one-and-dones. Make this team defend you.
Two pieces of good news and one bit of bad news for the Flames from an injury and illness perspective. So the good news is Elias Lindholm, who missed Monday's game with an upper body injury, is back. And Mackenzie Weegar, who missed that game against the Canadiens due to illness, he's also back. The bad news is Chris Tanev, who started that game and didn't finish it, will not play versus the Canucks. Lou, it sounds like Tanev and the Flames dodged a bullet after he took a slap shot off the stick of Nick Suzuki off the back of his head. I think it caught him just below his helmet.
That's what it looked like.
And obviously, Chris Tanev can play through almost anything, but unable to play through whatever is bothering him after that slap shot to the head that he took on Monday night. And he is their best defensive defenseman. He's their most important penalty killer outside of the goaltender. They're going to miss him tonight, and they're going to have to replace him by committee, right?
They absolutely are, and it'll mean more minutes for Nikita Zadorov. And as I spoke with Pat about, need a good outing from your Stone-Mackey pairing.
You do, and you've got a Canucks team that's hot on the road with a 5-game winning streak outside of Rogers Arena, and a Flames team that's hot at home, 6-0-1 in their last 7 here at Scotiabank Saddledome, so it should be a good game between these Pacific Division rivals tonight. And when we come back to the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota, we'll introduce you to the starting lineups and bring you the Eastside Dodge opening face-off. It's game 1 of 4 between the Flames and the Canucks, and it's coming up next on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by South Point Toyota and HeartFit Clinic.
Darcy Chenor here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. Lanny, I've got a joke for you. What kind of ball doesn't bounce?
I don't know.
A snowball.
Oh man, I hope the deals this month are better than your jokes.
Luckily, we have the deal of the year. Let It Snow is back. Anyone who buys a new or used vehicle between now and December 31st will qualify. If it snows more than 3 inches on January 17th, you get $10,000 back on your purchase or lease.
Let it snow. Saved you, Darcy. Hurry in to Eastside Dodge and tell them Lanny sent you.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
Shoots, it's stopped, they score!
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan. It's game time. Over to Derek Wills and Peter Loubardias with first period play-by-play. Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Welcome back to the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota. High above the ice at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. We're getting set for a Pacific Division battle between the Flames and the Vancouver Canucks. Let's now introduce you to tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the starters for Daryl Sutter's Flames at forward. Nazem Kadri between Dylan Dubé and Andrew Mangiapane. On defense, Nikita Zadorov paired up with Mackenzie Weegar, and in goal, it is Jacob Markstrom. And starting for Bruce Boudreau's Canucks up front, Elias Pettersson between Ilya Mikheyev and Andrei Kuzmenko. On the back end, Quinn Hughes paired up with Ethan Bear, and in net, it is Spencer Martin. Just getting set for tonight's opening face-off. It'll be brought to you by Eastside Dodge, home of amazing deals. Hurry into Eastside Dodge or visit eastsidedodge.com to check out this month's incredible specials. First period of play is underway here at the Saddledome. Flames wearing their reverse retro jerseys. They're black with red, gold, and white trim, and they're moving from right to left on your radios. The Canucks with the road white jerseys on with blue and green trim, moving from left to right. Flames get the puck in deep. Girl move it behind the net to Dubé, who plays it far corner to Kadri. Kadri centers it, but his pass bounces over the blade of Mangiapane's stick, and here comes Kuzmenko out to center. Stick handles it up the right wing side, makes a hard pass. Pettersson tries to dangle in and gets tripped up by Zadorov. And the Flames will lift the puck up in the air and down the ice. Nice zone entry, nice pass there by Andrei Kuzmenko, who's got 13 goals and 25 points in his first 27 career NHL games this season.
One of the big free agent targets for a lot of teams, and he is making it work.
Here's a shot in front, right on the doorstep off the stick of former Flame Curtis Lazar. A strong left pad by Markstrom keeps the puck out, and now a shot, and they score! Oliver Ekman-Larsson puts the puck on net from the left point, and Canucks captain Bo Horvat redirects it past his former teammate Jacob Markstrom, who for the 7th time this season gives up a goal on the first shot. The Canucks take an early 1-0 lead.
Thought he might have had one touch prior to that.
Looked like it. Oh, yeah, they're going to give him another shot on goal there, so that's my mistake.
Nonetheless, it's number 2. And Horvat made his stick available, and a perfect redirect that found the 5-hole, and the Canucks with an early 1-0 lead. It's Horvat's 21st of the season.
Yeah, he is on an absolute heater and doesn't want to talk about his future right now, though he made that very clear yesterday in a statement through the team.
He's not letting the turmoil bother his on-ice performance.
No, it's a contract year, and it's been a big one for him. And up the left wing side, here's Nils Höglander. Near quarter to the Calgarian, Tyler Myers, who bounces it in behind the Flames net. Walking into the far corner. There's a shot, they score! Connor Garland snaps the puck past Jacob Markstrom. And with 2 goals in the first 1 minute and 48 seconds of the first period, it is 2-0 Canucks.
The Canucks get it in, win a race. Garland walks off the left wing boards. He's a right-handed shot, finds some room on the short side. And just like that, it is 2-0 as Garland has his 5th of the year.
The defensive zone coverage, not good
at all.
The Flames in a 2-goal hole, 2 minutes into the hockey game. Now to put the puck along the end boards. Trying to walk out in front is Dakota Joshua, but he gets pushed off the puck, and here's the game's opening goal.
His 21st of the year, assistant number 21, Nils Höglander. And to number 9, JT Miller, time of the goal, 1:14.
And now we've got a penalty call coming up against the Flames. Hit along the far boards on Nils Oman, and he is slow to get up. And the Flames down 2 on the scoreboard, are about to be down 1 on the ice. Lou, what a horrible start.
Yeah, a horrific beginning. After the first 30 seconds with the Kadri line that was spent all in the Vancouver zone. And at that point, I'm looking down underneath us going, well, fellas are ready to go tonight. But the minute the puck left the zone after that 30 seconds, it has been nothing but bad news.
First penalty call. Good time to introduce you to tonight's on-ice officials. The referees are Corey Sabrett and Kendrick Nicholson. The linesman Joe Mahan and Travis Toomey. Let's get the game's first power play. The Flames on a Wolf Cadillac Calgary penalty kill as Michael Backlund picks the puck up and shoots it down the ice. On the power play this season, the Canucks have been excellent. They're at 27.3%. That is 7th in the NHL. But the Flames even better on the penalty kill at 81.4%, 6th in the league. Here comes Kuzmenko, and up the right wing side. He banks it off the end boards, off the far side to JT Miller. Leaves it left point for Quinn Hughes, who has no goals and 25 assists this season. What a strange stat line. Hughes out of the far circle. Miller back to Hughes with a slap shot, tipped wide of the net by Kuzmenko. And Noah Hannafin will rifle the puck down the ice.
We played over 3 minutes, barely.
Almost a giveaway there by Spencer Martin. Oohs and ahs from fans here at the Saddledome. Hughes will pick the puck up and send it out to center. Miller coughs it up. Now Trevor Lewis will pick it up and skate it in and get a shot off right into the gut of the goaltender. And Martin will hold on. And speaking of Spencer Martin, he's been around. He has played for 8 teams in 3 leagues and 8 pro seasons. As far as wins and losses go, he's been really good this season. 8-3-1, no shutouts. Numbers aren't all that great. 3.45 goals against average and an .891 save percentage in 14 games. This is his first season as a full-time NHLer and his first ever game against the Flames. More on Jacob Markstrom in a moment. Sheldon tries to bump it back to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Slides the left wing side. Garland drops it. Ekman-Larsson near side. Ilya Mikheyev with a slap shot turned aside by Markstrom. Back to the blue line. Ekman-Larsson on the far circle. And now Garland. He's got a goal. Back it up to the blue line. Ekman-Larsson shoots. That shot bounces off of Dylan Dubé, and the puck drops in the near corner. Mackenzie Weegar trying to clear it out. Will, as he slides it up the near boards and down the ice with now 13 seconds remaining in this Canucks power play. Ekman-Larsson will glide to center and fire it in behind Markstrom's net. Goaltender has to scramble back into the blue paint as Garland will grab the puck. Garland stops far half boards, walks towards the net, gets forced into the corner, makes a short pass. And now it ends up coming free for Jonathan Huberdeau. Skates it across center and shoots it in.
That's an important penalty kill. I know it's really early, but had to have that one.
Yeah, you can't go down 3-0 in the first 5 minutes of the hockey game. Huberdeau will take over inside of his blue line. Move it up the right wing side to former Canuck Tyler Toffoli, who dumps it in behind the net. Martin will set it up for Myers. Slides it right wing side. Over to Burrows. And he'll shoot it in from center. Ends up bouncing back to the blue line. Now Burrows will hold it in left point, at least for a moment. Now it's cleared out by Kadri. And I lift it up and right back in by Höglander, and it bounces right in front of Markstrom. He had to kick that shot away with his left leg. Here comes Kadri across the Canucks line. He drops. Weegar with a shot, and he misses the mark. And now Mangiapane will slide it down low to Kadri. Spins into the far corner, banks it off the boards back to the right point. Weegar shoots. That shot gets knocked down in front, and the loose puck is picked up by Pettersson, who skates it out to center. Tries a pass to Kuzmenko, but it's blocked by Weegar, and here comes Mangiapane the other way. And up the right wing side, it's forced behind the net, circles out in front, centers it, looking for Dubé or maybe Weegar. Puck doesn't get to either one of them, though. Now Pettersson playing it up the far boards, and is sent out to center by Ethan Bear, the former Oiler and Hurricane. And Miller will pick it up for the Canucks, and as he takes a shot from Nikita Zadorov, he dumps it in. Weegar's going to back it up right in on his goaltender. He sticks it aside. Now Backlund will send the puck out to center to Adam Ruzicka, who fires it in behind the Canucks net. Martin will set it up for Ekman-Larsson, who can't clear. Rasmus Andersson holds it in right point, slides it across. Hannafin, a shot off of Lazar, up over the glass, and out of play. Well, after giving up a couple of goals in the first couple of minutes, the Flames seem to have settled down and settled in a little bit, but tough start to tonight's hockey game against the Canucks. 13:46 to play in the first, and on goals by Bo Horvat, his 21st at 114, and Connor Garland, his 5th at 148. It is Vancouver 2 and Calgary 0. And this is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Wolf Cadillac and Green Drop.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is you. But to get an honest day's work, you need a callback. You need a job. Express Employment Professionals can help. We'll connect you to the right company. We're committed to your success and never charge a fee to find you a job. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Find your location at expresspros.com or on the Express Jobs app.
Hi, I'm Peter Marr. It's been 40 years since I moved to Calgary to broadcast hockey. That's also when Green Drop started business here. And thanks to my friends at Green Drop, I have a lawn without weeds and green grass guaranteed. Green Drop's greenskeepers have made my yard a great place to do what I enjoy most. Spend my time outside. When it's beautiful outside, beautiful things happen. So sit back, relax, and let Green Drop do the work. It's easy to get started. Just visit greendrop.com or call 273-9000.
Ignite the spirit of the holidays with the Calgary Flames. The Flames Festive Pack is available now. Get tickets to 3 Calgary Flames games and a Flames toque starting at $129. The Flames Festive Pack makes the perfect holiday gift. Choose from a selection of weekend games and keep your loved one warm with a toque that shows they're a true Calgary Flames fan. Get your Flames Festive Pack today starting at $129 plus fees and taxes. Visit calgaryflames.com/tickets.
You're listening to Alpine Credit's Flames Hockey.
A wicked one-timer, and the Flames take a 2-1 lead.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
13:46 to play in period number 1. It is the Canucks 2 and the Flames nothing. Here comes Miller across his blue line to the red line. He'll flip the puck in and chase after it. Miller in the far corner. Fires it back to the blue line. Luke Schenn with a shot that gets knocked down by Blake Coleman, but he can't clear it out. And now Hanifin will grab the puck and play it to Coleman. He leaves it far boards for Backlund. Moves it rink wide. His pass is into the skates of Hanifin, though, and Schenn will clear the puck out to center, and Horvat will pick it up and play it in behind the Flames net. Uyghur whips it up the far side to Ruzicka. He misses Backlund with the pass, and here comes Lazar across the Flames' blue line. Just dump it in behind Markstrom's net. Uyghur will catch up to the puck in the far corner and send it out to center to Backlund. Crosses the red line, gets to the Canucks blue line, and then fires it off that rounded piece of glass at the end of the bench and out of play.
From the Big Show to Hockey Central to Sportsnet Today to Flames Talk. Take Sportsnet 960 The Fan with you wherever you go. Listen to all of our shows at your convenience on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Told you about Spencer Martin, the guy at the other end of the ice. A former Canuck and current Flame in Jacob Markstrom, who stopped 37 of 38 in a 2-1 shootout loss to the Canadiens in Montreal on Monday. He's lost 4 straight, but only given up 8 goals in those games. The problem is the Flames have only scored 3 goals in those games. On the season, 8-7-3, no shutouts, a 2.81 goals against average, and an .897 save percentage. And Lou, Markstrom's been good against his old group, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has been really good. 8-3, 237 goals against, and a .924 save percentage. It has not been the start he or his team were hoping for tonight in a very important divisional game. And the Flames will play a lot of those games between now and the break.
Pretty crazy that the Canucks, after losing their first 7 games this season, they started 0-5-2. They're only 4 points behind the Flames in the Pacific Division standings with a game in hand. So you're right, this is a big one, a proverbial 4-pointer. Battle for the puck deep in the Flame zone. It's picked up by Radim Zohorna. He weaves his way out to center, and now across the Canucks line. Zohorna trying to go end-to-end, hooked off the puck. We've got a penalty call coming up against the Canucks. And the Flames down 2 on the scoreboard are going to be up 1 on the ice, and this is an important power play as the Flames try to turn the tide tonight.
Yeah, you need some momentum. You need something to go well for you. You've virtually only had 1 good shift in the first nearly 8 minutes of the game. Sheldon drives, comes back in the lineup tonight, former Colorado Avalanche product, and takes a seat and see if the Flames can get their power play back to where it was in their last 2 games of the homestand.
On the Holmes Miami power play this season, the Flames are at 20.2%. That is tied for 24th in the NHL. On the penalty kill, the Canucks have really struggled. They're at 68.2%, 30th in the league, ahead of only the Blues and the Ducks. And there's just a weak shot by Huberdeau right off the face-off, covered up by Martin, who will hold on.
It's like Jonathan Huberdeau took a bit of a slash as he tried to make his way right off the draw. He almost got a great chance on goal, but it rolled off the edge of his stick.
Flames start with their first unit. Kadri wins the offensive zone face-off, but right between the 2-point men, Anderson and Lindholm, and Flames have to chase it behind their net. Anderson will bump it back to Kadri. He crosses his blue line and now the red line. And slides the left wing side. Huberdeau returns it to Kadri, who swats it in front, but it bounces by Lindholm. Now Toffoli's after it in the far corner, as is Lindholm. Pettersson picks the puck up but can't clear it out. Lindholm, right point to Anderson. Top of the near circle to Huberdeau. Now across, Lindholm shoots. Martin the save. Big rebound. Anderson fakes a shot and now makes a pass to Lindholm. He walks into the far corner and feeds it in front to Kadri, who bats it back to Lindholm. He drops it. Anderson to Huberdeau, who spins and gives it back to Anderson. Anderson walks to the right point. Moves it into the far face-off circle to Lindholm. He slides it behind the net to Toffoli. Toffoli flips it out in front. Huberdeau gloves the puck down, returns it to Toffoli, who knocks it out in front. Kadri diving after it, can't get a stick on it. Now he'll battle for it in the near corner, but Shen picks the puck up, but he can't clear it out. Anderson holds it in. Slides it far side Lindholm to Huberdeau with a shot and a blocker save by Martin. Here's Huberdeau again. Back to the blue line to Anderson. The Flames are buzzing. Anderson to Huberdeau to Kadri with a one-timer. Stopped by Martin. And now Ekman-Larsson will pick the puck up, find an opening, and fire it down the ice. But some good looks there for the Flames to start the power play.
Some good looks and 3 power play shots on goal.
25 seconds remaining in the Dries penalty as Flames will get the puck in deep. Dubé picks it up far half boards, protects it for Miller. Dubé spins and slides it right point to Hanifin. Hanifin gives it to Dubé. Dubé goes down low to Backlund, returns the puck to Dubé, plays it right point, Hanifin, across to Ruzicka, who shoots, that shot blocked, and now Dubé centers, and they score! Michael Backlund redirects it in. The Flames score a big power play goal to cut the Canucks lead to 2-1.
A really good movement actually by both power play units, and it results in Michael Backlund's first goal since November the 7th when he scored 2 goals on Long Island. Ruzicka's shot attempt deflected to Dylan Dubé in the right face-off circle, made a wonderful look to the top of the goal crease, and Backlund makes no mistake for his 6th.
He snaps an 18-game goalless streak, and Lou, it's not like he was playing poorly.
Not at all.
That stretch. Here's his latest.
Michael Backlund. Assist number 29, Dylan Dubé. And to number 63, Adam Ruzicka. Power play goal at 9:40.
And during his 18-game goalless streak, which, as you mentioned, dated back to November 7th, Backlund had 11 assists, so he was setting other guys up, and 42 shots. But one finally went in for him, and those 42 shots don't include all the goalposts and crossbars he hit during that time.
Well, with the goal, he has extended a point streak now to 5.
That's right. Flames are back in it, and they've cut the Canucks lead in half to 2-1. Now 10 minutes into the opening period. What could be a high event game here at Scotiabank Saddledome tonight.
It's got 6-5 written all over it.
Flames get the puck in deep. We got their 4th line out there. Radim Zahorna, Trevor Lewis, and Brett Ritchie. Back to the left point. Held in at the line by Zadorov. And now it gets stuck in Garland's skates. He'll dig it out. Back it up to Hughes. And Hughes will give it to Garland. Turns the puck to Hughes as both teams change. Now Quinn Hughes has more points than any other NHL player who hasn't scored a goal this season.
Well, with 25 helpers, that doesn't surprise me.
Here's Anderson up the right wing side to Lindholm. Knocks the puck in behind Martin's net. Foley in there on the forecheck, can't come up with it. But Lindholm will. Walks in behind Martin's net. And into the near corner. Slides it left point to Hanifin. Whips it past across Stone. Winds and fires wide. Now Lindholm. Stick handles behind the net. Tries to feed it in front, but a good stick by Studnicka blocks that pass. Back to the point. Stone tries a shot, but it's off a stick and wide. Here's Hanifin. In behind the net to Huberdeau. Near corner to Hanifin. And now over to Toffoli. They'll back it up to the blue line to Lindholm. Lindholm slides it left point to Stone, who just keeps the puck in. And
Now shovels it in behind the net. Myers has lost his stick as Huberdeau finds the puck and feeds it in front, but his pass is intercepted by Joshua, and he'll relieve the pressure and move it into the Flame zone. So sometimes when a team gets a couple of quick goals to start a game, Lou, they can sit back a little bit and maybe get fooled into thinking it's going to be an easy night. So let's see if the Flames can make it a tough one for the Canucks tonight. They've already started trending in that direction, haven't they?
Well, I don't want to sound terrible, but Vancouver, they should never relax. Having the lead hasn't meant much.
There's Dubé darting in. Dubé shoots and lifts the puck over Martin's net. Good chance there for the Flames to tie it up. A battle for the puck in the near corner. Mangiapane able to fish it out of Pettersson's skates, but it ends up coming free for Ekman Larsson. And he'll lift it up in the air and into the Flame zone as both teams start to change.
What a smart play by Pettersson, down on his knees to glove it to help them relieve the pressure.
Storov will fire it in from center. Martin out of his net will stop the puck and move it into the far corner. And that'll give away. Here's Coleman in front. Backlund gets stopped by Martin, crashes into the Canucks goaltender. And we've got a penalty call coming up here.
The Canucks with a terrible giveaway. The Flames ended up with a virtual 2-on-0, and I thought they were going to tie the game. Martin makes a save, takes a hit, and now the Flames are shorthanded.
Michael Backlund having an animated discussion with one of the referees right now. They do not like the call. 7:25 to play in period number one. It has been an eventful first period here at Scotiabank Saddledome. Bo Horvat and Connor Garland scoring at 1:14 and 1:48 respectively. The Flames get one of those two goals back on the power play at 9:40. Michael Backlund makes it 2-1. Back with more of the first period and a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Country Hills Toyota and Alpine Credits. He's the voice of the Flames, and he's got a few things to say. Derek Wills joins Pat Steinberg weekdays at 4:30 for the Daily Flames Roundtable. Derek and Pat break down last night's game or preview the one coming up. From injury news to trade rumors, it's all brought up during the Daily Flames Roundtable, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Country Hills. Pre-select your winter tire package now, and they'll store your summer tires all winter long. This program is available until they run out of space. Visit Mercedes-BenzCountryHills.ca.
Do you have cracks in your foundation, walls, floors, or ceilings? These cracks can affect your home's safety and value. Doug Lacey's Basement Systems specializes in foundation repairs of all types and delivers simple, permanent solutions to stabilize your foundation. Doug Lacey's Basement Systems is family-run and has been proudly serving Southern Alberta for all things basement-y since 1992. Contact them today for a free estimate and to learn more. Visit dlbasementsystems.com.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
The Flames finally break the goose egg and take a 1-0 lead.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
7:25 to play in the first period. And it's the Canucks 2 and the Flames 1. And we'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard with Pat in just a moment. First, the Canucks power play. Their second of the hockey game. They are 0 for 1 so far as the Flames head to another Wolf Cadillac Calgary penalty kill. Puck gets flipped out of play. So over to Pat with a look at the out-of-town scoreboard now. Luckily,
we'll be real quick because it's a light Wednesday on the NHL ice, and both games are final. Ottawa holds on for a 3-2 win over Montreal, and Minnesota takes a 4-1 home ice win over Detroit.
A little bit of a battle going on between Mackenzie Weegar and Andrei Kuzmenko, who line up side by side for this face-off to Markstrom's right. Lindholm wins that defensive zone draw. Zadorov and Horvat battling forward in the near corner. Zadorov can't clear. Hughes will hold it in. Slided far circle. Miller shoots. That shot gets blocked by Weegar, and the loose puck is picked up by Coleman. He rolls it down the ice.
And good play by Blake. He didn't take any time, saw an opening, and just shoveled it all 200 feet.
Here comes Hughes. We'll bump it back to Pettersson. Makes a hard pass off the stick of Miller and in behind the Flames net. Weegar will take over and whip it up the far boards, and it gets by Hughes at the left point, and the puck slides down the ice. Good start to the penalty kill for the Flames. 6:38 to play in the opening period. It's the Canucks 2 and the Flames 1.
Here comes Pettersson. Leads the Canucks in points again this season. Gets it in deep. Anderson will grab it and play it up the far boards, not out. Hughes holds it in left point. Walks the line. It slides it near side to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko into the corner to Pettersson. Back to the blue line to Hughes, right point. Hughes will saucer it across to Miller. He centers it. Horvat tries a shot, but it's off the heel of his stick. And now Kuzmenko will take over beyond the Flames net. Moves it up the far boards to Miller. Creeps into the corner, spins, and backs it up to the blue line to Hughes with just under 40 seconds left in this Canucks power play. Hughes, a short pass to Miller, who shoots. Markstrom makes the save. Miller will pick up his own rebound and bat it up the near boards to Pettersson. He backs it up to the blue line to Hughes. His far circle, Miller to Horvat with a shot. Nice right pad kick save by Markstrom. As now Pettersson takes over. Pettersson to Hughes. Far circle to Miller, who tries to force a pass, but it's smartly knocked away by Anderson. And the puck will bounce out. And now Hughes will bring it back in, but the Canucks are offside at the Flames' blue line.
Well, good to see Jacob Markstrom settle in and make a few good saves. That last 40-second stretch shows you why the Canucks are 27% on the year on the power play. And a player, Derek, I have already been very impressed with, and I say this all the time. Watching someone in person for me is so different. Andrei Kuzmenko is a player. Strong, protects it, shoots it, buys ice, makes plays. Whew.
And they got him for free, so to speak. Undrafted in his 9th pro season, but his first in the NHL. Studnicka turns the puck over. And here comes Huberdeau the other way. Huberdeau spins and drops. Toffoli tries to shoot, but has his stick lifted. That was a terrific play by Omlet, and now a break the other way. Joshua with a shot, and he misses Markstrom's net. Well, pond hockey here at the Dome tonight. Here comes Backlund out to center. He'll dump the puck into the far corner and chase after it. He's beaten there by Burrows, but Toffoli gets in there with a forecheck and digs it free. Backlund shoots, is stopped. Now Zadorov will pick it up and center it. Backlund tries to shoot, but Bryce gets in his way. And now it's scooped up by Höglander. Ends up lifting the puck right over the glass and into the seats. Back and forth we go here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. 4:38 to play in the first period. Shots on goal are 7-7, and it's the Canucks 2 and the Flames 1. And this is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Eastside Dodge and Express Pro.
Hey Calgary, Dan Katz here for South Trail Hyundai. The S word has finally arrived, and if you waited to get winter tires, South Trail Hyundai has you covered. We have a great selection of tires and rims in stock for all makes and models and ready for installation today. South Trail Hyundai also offers 0% financing on all winter tires and accessories like remote starters, block heaters, and all-weather mats. Don't slide by this winter without the safety of snow tires from South Trail Hyundai. Located just east of 52nd on 130th Avenue Southeast, and check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Ignite the spirit of the holidays with the Calgary Flames. The Flames Festive Pack is available now. Get tickets to 3 Calgary Flames games and a Flames toque starting at $129. The Flames Festive Pack makes the perfect holiday gift. Choose from a selection of weekend games and keep your loved one warm with a toque that shows they're a true Calgary Flames fan. Get your Flames Festive Pack today starting at $129 plus fees and taxes. Visit calgaryflames.com/tickets.
Love it or customize it, Shane Homes builds custom homes you can afford.
Ma, Chris and I are officially building our dream home.
Tell me all about it.
We love the community and design. We were even able to make a few customizations like bigger bedrooms for your future grandbabies.
Shane Homes is now building in 10 communities throughout Calgary and Airdrie. What will you customize? Main floor bedroom, dog wash in the mudroom, or side entry for future rental income? Turn your wish list into reality. Visit ShaneHomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
Elias Lindholm zips the puck off the goalpost and in.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Following the game, stay tuned for the Shane Holmes Save of the Game. For every save Flames goalies make, Shane Holmes donates to a great cause, Kids Sport Calgary. Visit ShaneHolmes.com. The slogan, you know it, you love it. The better way to build.
Soft outside the Flames blue line. Kadri gets thrown out, so Dubé will step in to take the draw versus Trice. He's back in the lineup after being a healthy scratch in the last couple of games.
Dillon's got some juice tonight.
Playing well for a little while now. Not shoot the puck in. Höglander will settle it down along the far boards. Now bank it off the end boards and up the near side to Garland, who's got a goal tonight. He rims it around up the far side to Burrows. He slides it down low to Höglander. Höglander to Garland, out in front, tries with a shot. Didn't get much mustard on it, and it goes wide of the Flames net. Now Garland centers. Höglander hits the goal post. Lou, the Flames' defensive zone coverage needs some work.
Canucks are winning every 50-50 and every race to lose pucks right now in the Flames' end of the rink.
Here's Weegar. Working ahead to Dubé. Brings it up the right wing side. Puts in the brakes. And now shovels it in behind the net to Kadri. Kadri centers. Mangiapane scores! From Kadri, Andrew Mangiapane finds the 5-hole of Spencer Martin, and the Flames have tied the game at 2.
Did someone say this had 6-5 written all over it?
A wise man.
I don't know how wise he is, but it sure has that feeling. Flames were under siege in their own zone. They clear the zone. Dubé down low to Kadri. Mangiapane left wide open in front of the net. And I didn't even feel like he got that much on the shot. It almost, I think, fooled Martin. Bit of a change-up.
Tonight, his 7th of the year, scored by number 88, Andrew Mangiapane. Assist number 91, Nazem Kadri. And number 29, Dylan Dubé. Time of the goal, 16:09.
Well, after giving up 2 goals in the first 2 minutes, the Flames have done a beautiful job bouncing back in this hockey game, and they have drawn even with the Canucks, tying the game at 2. Puck lifts it up in the air and into the Flame zone. Hanifin will hustle back to get it. Takes a hit from Miller along the end boards, but moves the puck into the corner to Backlund. He saucers it ahead to Anderson, who jumps up into the rush. Anderson slides it up the left wing side to Ruzicka. He gets held up in the near quarter by Bear. They both go down as Hughes picks the puck up and sends it out to center. And from there, Horvat will backhand it in behind the Flames net. A lot of trade talk surrounding the Canucks captain right now, who has 21 goals in the season. And Louis on pace for 60 this season. Lewis with a shot stopped by Martin, who holds on.
You don't even need me tonight because there's so many scoring chances.
Trying to work you in here.
Well, I appreciate it, and I've had lots of time, but holy, I'm scared to say anything because every 8 seconds there's a scoring chance. Lewis set up by Zahorna for a good opportunity.
Flames getting a little bit more out of their fourth line the last couple of games, which has been good to see. Puck into the Canucks zone. Shen plays it to Pettersson. Gives it away to Zadorov, who does a Zadorovian spinorama and gets a long-distance shot off, which is stopped by Martin. I'm never going to say that again. That was horrible.
I didn't even really hear what you said.
Well, I was trying to,
Where were you going?
You've heard of the Savardian spinorama.
Yes, I sure have.
So I tried to work one
with somebody else.
With Zadorov, yeah. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, Lou.
You know what? And it doesn't have the same impact as Denny has.
No, definitely not.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to have to plan ahead next time. Just trying to come up with those things on the fly is hard. Tyler Myers tries to clear but can't. Huberdeau holds it in, gives it to Lindholm, gets it back, and now tries to make a pass left point to Connor Mackey. First time I've said his name tonight. He's getting by him. Mackey will bounce it off to Foley's stick and into row number 2 here at the Dome as an older gentleman just took the puck away from a younger one. Wasn't very nice.
Well, maybe he'll make the exchange. Or maybe he should be more festive.
Look at the usher's going down there trying to rectify the situation, saying, hey, you stole the puck from the kid. Give the puck to the kid, man. No, I'm keeping it.
Maybe he wants it for his grand.
Yeah, that could be. Here comes Oman. He drop, gets it back and redirects it wide of Markstrom's net. Toffoli will bank it off the end boards to Michael Stone. Tries a stretch pass, but it's knocked away from Lindholm by Ekman Larsson. They'll move it up the middle. Studnicka gets to center and floats it into the Flame zone. Lamont picks it up, walks in, and tries to center, but diving to block the path was Mackey, and now Studnicka will pick the puck up for the Canucks. Lays it right point. Bear tries a shot, but has it blocked, and now Mangiapane springs Dubé. Dubé stick handles it and drops. Kadri shoots, and Martin makes a good blocker save. Now Kadri's got it again. Plays it right point. Weegar shoots. Martin a right pad save. Big rebound picked up by Joshua. And he'll clear it into the Flame zone. But all of a sudden, the Flames are on their toes and the Canucks are on their heels.
Well, this line certainly is. The Kadri line. Talk about them as being a matchup problem for others when they've got it going. And tonight, they've got it going.
Dog and a bone, all three of them. Weegar tries to clear it out, but can't. Burrows holds it in left point, slaps it in behind the net to Höglander. Höglander, stick handling, tries a centering pass, but puts it right on Backlund's stick. And he's going to skate it out to center with 60 seconds to play in the first period. Drops to Coleman, who dumps it into the near quarter. Backlund, bank it off the end boards, far quarter to Coleman, who tries to back it up to the blue line ahead of him, but his pass is picked off by Garland, who is speeding it up the left wing side. Stops and drops left point to Burrows, who shoots off of Coleman's stick. Up over the glass and out of play.
Thank goodness this game is being played in a building that's called by a bank. Because just like at the bank, checks are optional. Ignite the spirit of the holidays this season with your Calgary Flames. Pick up a Flames festive pack, which includes tickets to 3 home games and a toque. And you'll need it here next week, starting just for $129.
Puck thrown to me on the Flames net. Hannafin lifted off the glass, not out. Ekman Larsson gloves it down and keeps it in left point. And now Horvat will take over. Slide it up the left wing side to Miller. He spins to get away from Backlund. Takes the puck back to the blue line, protects it, and now spins and tries to make a pass, but it's intercepted by Ruzicka. Comes it up the right wing side with 15 seconds to play in the period. Ruzicka backhand stop, rebound, and Martin will grab it and hold it with Coleman and Ruzicka looking for a loose puck in front.
Well, the NHL wants more goals. They'd love this first period. Because it feels like every single shift, one team or the other has a good scoring chance. All of a sudden, the Flames up to 15 shots on net. By the way, that nice little holiday pack, you can inquire at calgaryflames.com/tickets.
I was just going to talk about the shots on goal because the last time I looked, it was 7-7. So the Flames have had the last 8 shots. And it's looked that way. Faceoff coming up to Martin's left with 12.4 seconds to play in the first period. And the score tied at 2. Lewis will take the draw versus Pettersson as Horvat gets thrown out. Pettersson wins the defensive zone faceoff. Back to Hughes, who will lift it up in the air and into the Flame zone. And Zadorov seems content to kill the clock as he gives the puck to Weegar, who just dumps it down the ice. And that'll do it for what was an action-packed first period here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. Another tough start for the Flames. That has been their modus operandi in too many games this season, but what a start by the Canucks. Bo Horvat scoring his team-leading 21st goal of the season, just 1 minute and 14 seconds in to make it 1-0 Vancouver. And then 34 seconds later at 1:48, Connor Garland gets his 5th of the season to make it 2-0 Canucks. Just when you thought the Flames were down and out, well, they were down, but they were not out. Michael Backlund scores for the first time in 19 games. His 6th of the season on the power play at 9:40, makes it a 1-goal game again at 2-1. And then at 16:09, Andrew Mangiapane scores his 7th. And Flames tie the game at 2, and that's where we're at through 20 minutes tonight. And my, how the tide turned in the opening period, Lou. We talked about how shots at one point in time were 7-7. Well, shots at the end of the first period, Calgary 16, Vancouver still at 7.
Well, nice turnaround because it was a miserable first couple of minutes. After that, much better. A couple of good penalty kills, a Flames power play goal that got them going. So headed back in the right direction. I want to see which team can reel this game in.
I'm going to guess neither one. I think maybe that's just me hoping that this is a high-event hockey game, much like the first period was. A few special teams opportunities in the opening 20 minutes tonight. Flames 1 for 1 on the power play, built by Homes by Avi. Take ownership of Calgary's best real estate investment opportunity. Argyle Condominiums at University District is calling your name. Visit homesbyavi.com for more information. The Flames also 2 for 2 on the penalty kill, powered by Wolf Cadillac Calgary. Shop where the pros shop and get behind the wheel of an XT4, XT5, or be like Lou and get into an XT6.
Oh, I love my XT6.
At wolfcadillacalgary.com. Taking a look at first period possession. The Flames a little bit behind. The Canucks have a slight edge at 51.1%. The Flames did spend more time in the offensive zone, though. Calgary at 4 minutes and 47 seconds, and Vancouver at 4 minutes and 33 seconds. We brought you the first period from our beautiful broadcast location in the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota. It's time to Toyota under the Toyota Tower. Pre-order from over 400 incoming new Toyotas with 0 down and 0 payments until May 2023 OAC. Only at South Point Toyota. And it is now time for our Flames Talk first intermission with Pat Steinberg.
Okay, it is 2-2, Calgary and Vancouver after 20. Let's go downstairs and check in with Flames forward Dylan Dubé. Dylan, your thoughts on those first 20 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was good for us to battle back and tie the period, so it's really good momentum for us heading into the next one, just hopefully a better start.
Would you think maybe a little too loose for how your group wants to play in the first period?
I think they stretch it out. They play long, play that fast transition game. So I think for us, it's being on top of that, being on top of them. So that's our goal of the second period.
Dylan, you were in on both goals in the first period. I guess kind of walk us through what you saw on both of them.
First one, the box was wide open. I think the puck rebounded kind of out to me, and it was great position by him to get open, and then the last one was a great play by Naz to find Mange, and managed to score that goal. So they're big goals for us to get back in the period.
Dylan, good luck in the second. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, guys.
It's Dylan Dubé after 20 minutes of play as Calgary and Vancouver are tied 2-2 here in your Flames Talk first intermission with Logan Gordon. My name is Pat Steinberg, and it kind of felt after Vancouver scored 2 in the first 2 minutes, 34 seconds apart, Logo, just the way that game was going, you're like, this game could easily be tied by the end of the first period, just because Vancouver plays a rather loose brand of hockey, and they certainly played a rather loose brand of hockey in the first.
Yeah, you don't get the reputation that Vancouver does this year for blowing leads if you're not weak in your own defensive zone. They gave up a lot of opportunities. They certainly didn't buckle down after they got that 2-0 lead early against the Flames. And yeah, if you were Calgary, you were probably still feeling okay. You obviously never want to go down 2-0. You'd like to have a better start. We've talked about that from a Flames perspective, but at least it didn't take you long to battle back and start to see some of the offense coming, and now we're here through 20 minutes and the game's tied.
I really like that line with Dubé, Kadri, and Mangiapane. They were flying in that first period.
Yeah, rinse and repeat for that line. It seems like they're just right back where they were when they started the season. They spent some time apart over the last couple of weeks, but since they've been reunited for the last little while, Pat, it's consistency, it's hard work, it's checking, it's all of the above that leads to those scoring opportunities. They just are a nightmare for other teams to deal with all over the ice. They play well defensively, but it's in the offensive zone where they get most of their work done, and it usually leads to turnovers. Nazem Kadri just showing his hockey sense on that second goal. It's a brilliant pass. He makes Tyler Myers look a little bit silly with the nutmeg there, and he puts it home on Mange's stick, and it's just what they've been doing ever since they've been aligned.
In that first period, by the way, Flames had a 17-11 edge in 5-on-5 shot attempts. That's good for 60.7% of the possession or shot share. Scoring chances, 6-6. 5-3 at high danger for Vancouver at 5-on-5, and then 6-6 overall when you count in the power plays. And the Flames do score a power play goal in the first period as well, which was important. That's, you use special teams to swing momentum, and that's exactly what the Flames did on that first goal of the night.
Yeah, power play too. Also good to mention that they were getting some work done for this Calgary Flames team. That's important for them to be feeling good about it too, because, hey, they're an integral part of this as well, and if the Flames want to have a successful power play, which is something that we've talked about. It hasn't been good enough for this group the last little while. Power play 2, that second unit's going to be just as important for them. I thought they played well, and yeah, you can certainly help your offensive game at 5-on-5 using the chances that you get on special teams, even if it doesn't result in a goal, and the Flames have a goal tonight.
So it is 2-2 Flames Vancouver after 20 minutes of play. An eventful first period as we continue live in the Peter Marr broadcast booth, brought to you by South Point Toyota. It's time to Toyota under the Toyota Tower. South Point's paying above market value for trade-ins up to 130% of black book value. Stop in today. 2-2 Calgary Vancouver after 20. This is Alpine Credits Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Darcy Chenor here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. Lanny, I've got a joke for you. What kind of ball doesn't bounce?
I don't know.
A snowball.
Oh, man. I hope the deals this month are better than your jokes.
Luckily, we have the deal of the year. Let It Snow is back. Anyone who buys a new or used vehicle between now and December 31st will qualify. If it snows more than 3 inches on January 17th, you get $10,000 back on your purchase or lease.
Let it snow. Saved you, Darcy. Hurry in to Eastside Dodge and tell them Lanny sent you.
He's the voice of the Flames, and he's got a few things to say. Derek Wills joins Pat Steinberg weekdays at 4:30 for the Daily Flames Roundtable. Derek and Pat break down last night's game or preview the one coming up. From injury news to trade rumors, it's all brought up during the Daily Flames Roundtable, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Country Hills. Pre-select your winter tire package now, and they'll store your summer tires all winter long. This program is available until they run out of space. Visit mercedes-benzcountryhills.ca.
The holiday season is here at Wolf Cadillac Calgary. They're stepping into the holidays with the best in-stock lineup in years. Head to Wolf Cadillac Calgary and get behind the wheel of a new luxury SUV like the XT4, XT5, or XT6. Plus, get up to $10,000 in lease savings and the Wolf Holiday Triple Play. Until December 31st, choose from $500 off, a $500 gas card, or a $500 grocery card. 1720 Bow Trail or online at wolfcadillacCalgary.com.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey. Flames Hockey. On Sportsnet 960 The Fan. You're locked on Flames Intermission with Pat Steinberg. Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Calgary.
Flames and Vancouver Canucks tied 2-2 after 20 minutes of play as we continue along from the Scotiabank Saddledome. It's time to hop inside the Flames time machine now. Brought to you by Paradise Bay Home Leisure. For all your hot tub and patio needs, come see them at GoParadiseBay.com. And today we're catching up with former Flames defenseman Jim Kite, as it was 32 years ago yesterday the Flames acquired him from the Pittsburgh Penguins in a deal that sent forward Yuri Hrdina the other way. That was on December 13th of 1990. And of course, Kite had already made history in the 1980s when he became the first and still only legally deaf player to play in the NHL. And he caught up with Flames Radio to look back on his time here in Calgary.
Well, my first year I ended up getting traded from Pittsburgh to Calgary in December, and I had asked to be traded from Pittsburgh. Things just weren't working out well for me there, and but then my second year there, I just, bad luck happens in threes. I actually broke my hand in training camp, and then I came back and got into an altercation, and one of the linesmen stepped on my hand, and so I had to get plastic surgery on my finger, and so I couldn't play for a few weeks, and then I ended up breaking my ankle in January. So the reason why I only played 21 games is because I was injured most of the year. It's the first time really that I had so many injuries, and so it wasn't a great year. But we had an excellent team, and we ended up losing in the first round games. I talk about, probably the best team I ever played for. We had some really good teams in Winnipeg, but the best team I ever played for in terms of talent and experience was that team in 1991, and we lost in the first round to Calgary, double overtime at home. And I think if we would have just gotten back past that team, we would have met Pittsburgh in the final. So, I loved my time in Winnipeg. In Calgary, and it was just some bad luck. And it turned out, the reason why I left Pittsburgh is that Bob Johnson was there.
Yeah.
I remember And Bob Johnson didn't like me for some reason. I think it all goes back to when I was playing for Winnipeg, and Bob was behind the bench, and he did something in the last minute, and I called him out in front of his teammates, in front of his players, right in front of his bench, and I don't think he appreciated it. And it goes around, comes around, and he kind of buried me with Pittsburgh, so I had asked to leave, and so going with Calgary, it's unfortunate that I was injured so much my second year because we didn't make the playoffs. But that very first year, I thought the best chance I ever had to win a Stanley Cup was that first year in 1991. But, if sport was predictable, it would be boring.
That is Jim Kite, who 32 years ago yesterday was acquired by the Calgary Flames in a trade that sent Yuri Hrdina the other way. He'd go on to play 63 games over 2 seasons with the Flames, recording 10 assists and 10 points. And that's our look today inside the Flames Time Machine, brought to you by Paradise Bay Home Leisure. We are after 20 minutes of play as our Flames Talk first intermission continues on a Wednesday night. Flames and Vancouver Canucks tied 2-2. It's time for your first period summary, and it did not take long for Vancouver to get on the board tonight.
Here's a shot in front, right on the doorstep off the stick of former Flame Curtis Lazar. A strong left pad by Markstrom keeps the puck out, and now a shot, and they score! Oliver Ekman-Larsson puts the puck on net from the left point, and Canucks captain Bo Horvat redirects it past his former teammate Jacob Markstrom, who for the 7th time this season gives up a goal on the first shot. The Canucks take an early 1-0 lead.
For Horvat, his 21st of the season. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and JT Miller draw the assists at 1:14, and just like that, it was 1-0 Canucks. And then 34 seconds later, Connor Garland rips it past Jacob Markstrom for his 5th of the year to make it 2-0 Vancouver. Garland from Niels Hoglander and Tyler Myers at 1:48. The Canucks had an early 2-goal lead. Then they take a penalty, and the Flames go to the power play.
Dubé just down low to Backlund, returns the puck to Dubé, plays it right point, Hannafin, across to Ruzicka, who shoots, that shot blocked, and now Dubé centers, and they score! Dylan Dubé puts the puck on net, and Michael Backlund redirects it in. The Flames score a big power play goal to cut the Canucks lead to 2-1.
6th of the year for Michael Backlund. It snaps a long goalless drought for Backlund as well, and made it 2-1. Dylan Dubé, Adam Ruzicka the assist at 9:40. Power play goal for the Flames, and then into the latter stages of the first period, we had a tie game.
Speaker working ahead to Dubé, puts it up the right wing side, puts in the brakes, and now shovels it in behind the net to Kadri. Kadri centers, Mangiapane scores! Pass from Nazem Kadri. Andrew Mangiapane finds the 5-hole of Spencer Martin, and the Flames have tied the game at 2.
7th of the season for Mangiapane, Nazem Kadri, and Dylan Dubé the assist at 16:09. Tie this game at 2. That's where we sit after 1 period of play. Shots in the first were 16-7 Calgary. Flames 1 for 1 on the power play. Vancouver 0 for 2 with the man advantage, and we are all square 2-2 after 20 minutes of play. That is your first period summary. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard on a light Wednesday in the NHL. Here's what we got going on. Nothing going on right now, in fact. Both games are final. Earlier today, Ottawa holds on for a 3-2 home ice win over the Montreal Canadiens, and Minnesota a home ice win tonight 4-1 over the Detroit Red Wings. Just 3 games overall on the NHL ice tonight. And in that third game, the Flames scored the last 2 goals of the first period to erase an opening 2 goals for Vancouver in the first 2 minutes of play. And we're no closer to finding out who's a winner tonight because we're still square after 20 minutes of play. 2-2 Calgary-Vancouver after 20 as we wrap things up on your Flames Talk first intermission. Derek Wills, Peter Labardius are standing by. They've got second period play-by-play around the corner. Flames Canucks tied 2-2 after 20. Second period next. This is Alpine Credits Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
You're locked onto the home of the Calgary Flames. Sportsnet 960 The Fan. This is Flames Radio.
There's only one thing better than a brand new Acura. A certified pre-owned Acura. Right now at Silver Hill Acura, the numbers don't lie. Lots of pre-owned Acuras to choose from, and Acura certified means you get a 7-year, 160,000-kilometer powertrain warranty, 125-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, and too many more perks to mention. Silver Hill Acura, celebrating 35 years. Calgary's original Acura dealer on McLeod since 1987. Go to silverhillacura.com.
Love it or customize it, Shane Homes builds custom homes you can afford.
Mom, Chris and I are officially building our dream home.
Tell me all about it.
We love the community and design. We were even able to make a few customizations like bigger bedrooms for your future grandbabies.
Shane Homes is now building in 10 communities throughout Calgary and Airdrie. What will you customize? Main floor bedroom, dog wash in the mudroom, or side entry for future rental income? Turn your wish list into reality. Visit ShaneHomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
What a save by Markstrom! Oh my goodness!
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Through 20 with 40 to go. Second period play-by-play starts now with Derek and Peter. Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
There's an old saying, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And a strong start for the Canucks, but a strong finish for the Flames in the first period of this hockey game. Bo Horvat scores at 1:14 to make it 1-0. Connor Garland at 1:48 to make it 2-0 Canucks. But Flames turn the tide. Michael Backlund scoring at 9:40 in the power play to make it 2-1. And then Andrew Mangiapane at 16:09 to tie the game at 2 for the Flames. And Lou, slow starts have been a bit of an Achilles heel for Calgary this season. Another slow start in this game against Vancouver tonight, but kind of like how they battled back in the back half of the first.
It just felt, even at 2-0, like the Flames were going to get lots of opportunities if they stayed with it. It just shows you the difference special teams can make.
Oh, yeah.
Seems this year more than almost any other, winning that battle doesn't always get
slow starts have been a bit of an Achilles heel for Calgary this season. Another slow start in this game against Vancouver tonight, but kind of like how they battled back in the back half of the first.
It just felt, even at 2-0, like the Flames were going to get lots of opportunities if they stayed with it. It just shows you the difference special teams can make.
Oh, yeah.
Seems this year more than almost any other, winning that battle doesn't always get you 2 points, but the Flames' first power play turned that whole period in their favor.
And there have been a lot of penalty calls around the league this season. Certainly a lot in Flames games of late. Now, the NHL wants more goals, and that's one way to get them. And we'll see where this game goes in far half boards. He slides it through a seam up the near side to Anderson. Anderson in the far corner to Backlund. Now Backlund will play at left point to Hanifin. With the delayed Canucks penalty call coming, Hanifin shoots wide of Martin's net. Here's Coleman, right point to Anderson. Far boards to Backlund. Flames with some bonus time here. Backlund slides it left point to Ruzicka. He'll walk the line. Ruzicka backhands a pass to Backlund. Backlund walks in, doesn't have a shooting lane, so drops it. Hanifin shoots it wide of Martin's net. Canucks still don't touch up. Here's Ruzicka for the Flames with the delayed penalty call coming. Hanifin, near corner to Kadri. He centers it, bouncing puck, and Martin's able to knock it down and then cover it up. And he holds on, and Kadri almost rolled that puck up the left arm of Martin and into the Canucks net.
He certainly did. Dylan Dubé's done it all tonight for the Flames up front. He has another multi-point game, a couple of assists, and he just drew the penalty on former Oiler and Carolina Hurricane Ethan Bear.
The Flames head to their second Homes by Abbey power play of the hockey game. They are 1-for-1 so far. They start with their first unit. Kadri, Lindholm, Huberdeau, and Toffoli are the 4 forwards. Anderson, the 1 defenseman, as Lazard tackles Kadri off the draw. And the puck's picked up and behind the Canucks net and fired down the ice by Ekman Larsson.
Flames only won 35% of the faceoffs in the first period.
Here comes Anderson. He'll bump it back to Lindholm. The Flames have gone from using 1 man in the bump back to 2, and it's helped them enter the zone a little bit better, but as they get in here, Kadri gets absolutely clobbered by Shen, who came into this game with 2,959 career hits, the most in NHL history by a defenseman, and 6th most all time. He can throw him. Comes Toffoli up the right wing side now. He slides it down, little Lindholm, who centers it. Huberdeau to Toffoli. Tries to feed it in front to Kadri. Maybe one too many passes there. And Myers will knock the puck down and shoot it down the ice.
I thought Jonathan Huberdeau in Montreal did a better job of shooting it off the flank. That was an opportunity for him to do it right there.
Dubé will dump it in with a minute remaining in the power play. Backlund leaves it far corner for Ruzicka, but he gives the puck away to Joshua. Races up the right wing side across the Flames blue line. Chips it, and instead of chasing it, we'll head to the Canucks bench as they switch up their penalty killers. Mangiapane will take over and behind the Flames net. He scored the game-tying goal. And he'll cross center and bank it off the near boards and into the corner. Him and Dubé are after it, but the puck's picked up by Ekman Larsson, who again clears it down the ice. 30 seconds left in the Canucks penalty now. Hanifin will take it from his goaltender Markstrom. And slide it up the left wing side to Ruzicka. He has 7 points in his last 7 games. He gets it in deep, but Ekman Larsson's there. And for the 3rd time on this penalty kill, the veteran defenseman will dump the puck down the ice. Here comes Weegar up the right wing side to center. He gives it to Zohorna, who gets hit and sent head over heels. A hip check there by Burrows on big Radim Zohorna.
Old school and a good one.
Yeah, nice hit there by Kyle Burrows. Here comes Lewis across center. Speeds into the Canucks zone. Gets through. Lewis a shot. Stopped by Martin. They score! Trevor Lewis took the shot. Topped the tail of the puck. Crossed the goal line off of his stick. Or if Radim Zohorna knocked it across the line and into the Canucks net. The Flames have scored 3 unanswered and have taken a 3-2 lead.
Well, Trevor Lewis makes it all happen. He bursts through with his good speed, stays on the puck, and actually, I believe, banks it off the glove of goaltender Spencer Martin for his 6th of the year, which ties his goal mark of 1 season ago.
What a burst of speed up the middle of the ice by Trevor Lewis. My goodness, put on the afterburners there.
Well, he can skate. Might be moving as well now as I've seen him in years.
Season scored by number 22, Trevor Lewis. Assistant number 52, Mackenzie Weegar. And to number 25, Jacob Markstrom. Tom the goal, 3:51.
How about that? Goalie point. Things really have turned for Markstrom. Here's Horvat centering. Lazar with a shot, and that one-timer goes wide. Hughes played it behind the Flames net. Weegar grabs it, gives it to Backlund. He gets hit and knocked off the puck by Horvat. But it'll squirt into the far corner. Zadorov overskates it at center. Horvat with a shot blocked by Weegar, who bails out his partner with that one. Now here's Hughes. He spins and drops. Miller winds and fires and just misses Markstrom's net. And now Ruzicka fans at a clearing attempt. Here's Garland near corner. He walks it and shoots. Markstrom the save. Big rebound. And the puck is picked up by Hughes, who rims it around to the right point to Shen. They sail it in beyond the Flames net. Weegar beats Garland there. And now Hoglager will grab it and drop it. Dries with a shot. Now it gets blocked by Pullman. And he'll send it out to center to Ruzicka, who appears to have a hole in the blade of his stick on this shift. Shen will take over and slide it up the center to Hughes, who fires it in behind the Flames net. Just past the 5-minute mark of the second. Flames have climbed out of a 2-goal hole that they found themselves in less than 2 minutes into the hockey game, and they lead the Canucks 3-2. Here comes Dreisen with a shot. He scores! Sheldon Dries fires it off the far goal post and into the Flames net. And the Canucks have tied the game at 3.
Well, the Flames looked like they were going to get out. Huberdeau made a pass off the left wing side into the middle. He missed his target. And then the Flames defense got caught up the ice. Huberdeau raced back to try to get himself between the puck and Sheldon Dries. He didn't get there, and you heard the sound. It's 3-3.
That was a perfectly placed shot. Watching the slow motion replay on Sportsnet, that puck went off the iron right where the goal post and the crossbar connect. And we are back to even, tied at 3. Here's the latest.
Sheldon Dries, his third of the year. Assist number 21, Nils Hoglander. And to number 96, Andrei Kuzmenko. Time 5:31.
Ekman Larsson up the left wing side with a shot fought off by Markstrom, who leaps on the loose puck and freezes it for a face-off.
Listen to Flames Talk with Pat Steinberg weekday afternoons following every Flames game. You know that. Excellent co-hosts, exclusive interviews. It's a must-listen to for Flames fans. Listen live on Sports 960 The Fan, online at sportsnet.ca/960 or Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Faceoff coming up to Markstrom's right. Backlund will take the draw versus Horvat. Both of those guys have scored tonight. Canucks win the offensive zone face-off. Battle forward in the far corner. Horvat falls down to his knees, and now Backlund's on his back. As Zadorov and Miller come in. Miller will knock it in behind the net to Horvat. He's pushed into the near corner by Backlund. Backlund trying to chip it out, can't, and ends up bouncing back to Weegar, and he'll send the puck out to center. Lazar picks it up and tries to bring it back in. Horvat was stuck offside, so the Canucks have to back off as Zadorov will bounce it off of Weegar's stick. The puck doesn't get to Coleman. It ends up back on Zadorov's stick, and he'll give it to Ruzicka, who slaps it off the glass and in behind the Canucks net. And Coleman with his team changing gets in there with a forecheck, but he's either 1-on-4 and can't come up with a puck. As it's fired up the far boards and to the blue line, not quite out as Bear can't clear the zone. Martin will come out of his net, batted up the near boards to Hughes. He can't get it out either. Lewis in there with a forecheck. The puck will pop free. Studnicka drops to Oman, moves it right wing side. Studnicka with a shot, a snapper right into the glove of Markstrom, who will hold on. We'll take a timeout with, at least I think we'll take a timeout. Should be taking a timeout. And we will be. 12:53 to play in period number 2 here at Scotiabank Saddledome. It has been a wild one. Horvat, Garland, and Dries have scored for Vancouver. Backlund, Mangiapane, and Lewis have tallied for Calgary. And the Canucks and the Flames are even at 3. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Shane Holmes and Silver Hill Acura. Alberta's favorite holiday beer is back for the 20th year in a row. Cherry Porter. This fruited porter is brewed with a unique blend of sweet and sour cherries. Its lush, creamy, fruity aroma and flavor are reminiscent of Black Forest cake. Matched with roasted malts for a slightly smoky, chocolatey note. Pairs well with campfires, starry nights, and Albertan winters. Pick up a 4-pack of Cherry Porter or try it in the Wild Rose Tap Room. Details at wildrosebrewery.com.
The holiday season is here at Wolf Cadillac Calgary. They're stepping into the holidays with the best in-stock lineup in years. Head to Wolf Cadillac Calgary and get behind the wheel of a new luxury SUV like the XT4, XT5, or XT6. Plus, get up to $10,000 in lease savings and the Wolf Holiday Triple Play. Until December 31st, choose from $500 off, a $500 gas card, or a $500 grocery card. 1720 Bow Trail or online at wolfcadillaccalgary.com.
Homes by Avi Show Home is now open in Vermilion Hill, Calgary's newest Southwest community. Urban living with a mountain view. With an array of floor plans including walkout basements and full legal suites, Homes by Avi makes it easy to discover your new home or rental opportunity. Bungalow and 2-story front drive homes available now, starting from the mid-600s. Your mountain view awaits in Vermilion Hill. Homes by Avi. Built for you, built for life. That's better value by design.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
No, they score!
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
3-3 with 12:53 to play in the second period. A back and forth battle here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. The Canucks had a 2-0 lead. The Flames took a 3-2 lead. Now we're tied at 3. Scatter with a shot. Fought off by Martin. Now Kadri gets dumped. We've got a penalty call coming up against the Canucks. Markstrom makes his way to the Flames bench as they get an extra attacker out there. Here's Dubé. Far side to Kadri. Back to Dubé. Dubé to Hanifin, who bobbles the puck, and he had a half-open net. Puck to the right point, held in by Anderson. Anderson, stick handling at the blue line. And they'll give the puck to Dubé. Dubé slides it near side to Kadri. Kadri walks into the slot, tries a shot, has it blocked, but now Dubé will pick the puck up. Dubé, top of the far circle to Anderson, who slaps it up the near side. Mangiapane gives the puck to Kadri, or at least tries to, but Ekman Larsson finally gets a stick on it, and the Canucks get a whistle. And the Flames are going to head to their third Homes by Abbey power play of the hockey game.
Yeah, Luke Schen's on his way to the penalty box, and Luke has some words with the referee because he feels like the Flames could have picked up an interference penalty for knocking a stick out of one of his teammates' hands. But it's Schenn for tripping up Kadri, and the Flames going back to the power play again. They're 1 for 2.
Flames are going to start with their second unit this time, so they've got 3 forwards, actually 4 forwards this time in the second unit. Backlund, Dubé, Mangiapane, and Ruzicka. Hanifin's the one defenseman. Knocks with the defensive zone draw, though. Puck's immediately shut off the glass and out of play by Burrows. That'll be another face-off coming up to Martin's right. Flames have kind of gone back and forth between using 3 forwards and 2 defensemen and 4 forwards and 1 defenseman on the second power play, Luke.
Well, this unit scored the goal, and I can understand why Darryl would throw them over the boards, especially when you look at guys like Dubé on the ice who's got it going on.
Here's Hanifin, near side to the aforementioned Dubé. Fires it in behind the net to Backlund, who's got a goal tonight. Backlund returns the puck to Dubé, but it's wrestled away from him by the former Flame Lazar, who moves it down the ice.
Real good play by Curtis to protect it and clear it.
Hanifin will skate it across center and shoot it right back in behind the Canucks net. Dubé's in there first on the forecheck. Moves the puck to Backlund, who pokes it up the far side to Ruzicka. He slides it left point to Hanifin. Hanifin to Mangiapane. Miller wrestles the puck away from him, and it comes free for Myers, who sails it down the ice. 11:15 to play in the second period. Shots on goal are Calgary 20 and Vancouver 12, but the Flames and the Canucks are tied at 3 tonight. Here comes Kadri. Moves it right wing side to Lindholm, who weaves his way in. Lindholm will catch up with the puck in the near corner. He gets held up by Hughes, who loses his helmet. He's going to have to go right to the Canucks bench. That'll give the Flames a brief 5-on-3 here, as Lindholm takes it free forward to Foley. He loses the puck and a loose helmet, and now finds it and plays it beyond the Canucks net, but Bear's there waiting for it. And he'll shoot it down the ice.
That's too bad. That's a missed opportunity with a almost 5-on-3 for a few seconds.
Here's Anderson to Lindholm. Plays the puck to Kadri. This pass misses Huberdeau, and Myers will scoop the puck up, lift it up in the air, and down the ice with 28 seconds remaining in the Schenn minor. Anderson will pick it up behind his net, make a nice move to get by Miller, who is forechecking. Anderson crosses the Canucks line and slides the left wing side to Ruzicka. Ruzicka gets knocked down by Myers. Kadri will pick the puck up and play it left point to Lindholm. Slides it top of the near circle to Foley. Drops it. Anderson slides it near side to Lindholm. 5 seconds left in the power play. Lindholm out in front, but his pass is into the feet of Ruzicka. And here comes Horvat the other way. The next captain speeds it up the left side and shoots, and Markstrom swats that shot away with his glove. And that'll do it for the Flames power play. We're just under 10 to play in the second. The score is still tied at 3. Norov will dump it in from center. Flames making a change as Burles will take over in behind the Canucks net. Move it up the middle, off the stick of Dries, and deep into the Flame zone. Markstrom out to play it. Gives it to Zahorna, who's bowled over a big hit along the far boards. And the Flames forward gets up and kind of shakes his left leg to try to shake it off. Looks like he's all right.
Second tough hit he's taken. One, a hip check from Burrows, and I believe that was Ethan Bear who stepped up on him that time.
You think at 6'6", 220, he'd be on the other end of those body checks.
Actually, Nils Höglander at 5'9".
Wow.
Who got him?
See that one coming. I don't think Zahorna did either. 9:32 to play in period number 2 here at Scotiabank Saddledome. A fun hockey game tonight. First of 4 meetings between the Canucks and the Flames this season, and they have battled back and forth, and right now it is Vancouver 3 and Calgary 3. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by South Trail Chrysler and Homes by Avi.
Is your basement or crawl space wet or musty smelling? Water can cause problems like mold, rot, and structural damage. Doug Lacey's Basement Systems is an experienced waterproofing company. They provide quality, permanent solutions no matter what's causing your issues. Doug Lacey's Basement Systems is family run and has been proudly serving Southern Alberta for all things basement-y since 1992. Contact them today for a free estimate and to learn more. Visit dlbasementsystems.com.
Are you on the path of a heart attack? Is another one coming? Do you have high blood pressure, cholesterol, or poor circulation such as erectile dysfunction? These are big markers for heart disease. What's your risk of a heart attack or stroke in the next 5 years? HeartFit Clinic specializes in preventing and reversing heart disease. They have the most accurate screening tests and proven treatments only available at the HeartFit Clinic. No doctor's referral is required. Book your cardiac assessment today. Contact the HeartFit Clinic at heartfit.ca.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
Oh my goodness! It goes in!
Wow! On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
9:32 to play in period number 2 here at the Dome, where the Flames and the Canucks are tied at 3. And now joining us with a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, here's Patrick Steinberg.
Well, everything else is final on a light Wednesday in the NHL. Ottawa holds on to beat Montreal 3-2 tonight, and Minnesota 4-1 home ice win over Detroit.
Anderson will bounce it off the boards and out to center. Dubé catches up to it, speeds in, tries to the cut to the middle, but has it knocked off a stick by Bear, and the Canucks will clear the puck out to center. Kadri will pick it up and pitchfork it right back in for the Flames. Hughes hit along the end boards by Mangiapane. Bounces off of that body check. Slides the puck left wing side to Höglander. Mills Höglander. Bounce it off. Rasmus Anderson skate over to Connor Garland. He drops to Höglander. He'll knock it in behind the net, but Anderson beats him to it. Flames can't clear it though. Elias Pettersson trying a shot. Blocked by Nazem Kadri. He skates the puck out. And now backhands it off the far boards and into the Canuck zone. And Luke Schenn will clear it out. Garland tries to play it to Pettersson, but Rasmus Anderson picks off the pass and gives the puck to Blake Coleman, who slides the left wing side to Adam Ruzicka. Ruzicka hit knocked off the puck by Schenn. And the Canucks will skip it down the ice, and Mackenzie Weegar will hustle back to get it for the Flames. Weegar slides the left wing side to Coleman. Turns back into his own territory. Works it up the left wing to Nikita Zadorov, who jumps up, drives the net, tries to go forehand to backhand, now spins and shoots, and is stopped by Spencer Martin. What a rush up the ice by the big man there.
You could see that he had a step and was going to get to the net.
Here comes Ilya Mikheyev with a shot fought off by Jacob Markstrom. Mikheyev gets it back, but puts himself offside. Now Ruzicka play the puck right wing side to Coleman, who gets hit as he crosses the line by Kyle Burrows and then gives him a little bit of a face wash. Puck ends up bouncing in on Martin, and with a few Flames hanging around his net, he will hold the puck for a face-off.
This game is not shy on pace.
No.
Following the game, stay tuned for the Shane Holmes save of the game. For every one of those, either Mr. Vladar or Mr. Markstrom make. Shane Holmes donate to Kids Sport Capital. What a great cause that is. Visit ShaneHolmes.com, the better way to build.
Face-off coming up to Martin's left. Elias Lindholm will take the draw versus Bo Horvat. Lindholm wins it. Tyler Toffoli will leave it right point for Anderson. Walks into the corner, tries a shot, and stop, rebound to Huberdeau, who spins and just misses. Puck held in left point by Noah Hannafin. Plays it right point to Anderson. Anderson, near corner to Jonathan Huberdeau. Tries to back it up to the blue line to Hannafin. Pass is picked off by Curtis Lazar. He skates down the ice and drops, but his pass misses J.T. Miller. And now Tyler Toffoli will take over and leave it for Lindholm. He loses it. Toffoli finds it, drops it. Huberdeau shoots and misses Martin's net. Two great chances for Huberdeau on this shift. Here comes Horvat out to center now. He'll dump it in behind the Flames net. Tyler Myers overskates it. Trevor Lewis will take over. Move it right wing side to Michael Stone, who joins the rush. Stone and up the right side. Centers looking for Brett Ritchie in front. The puck bounces by him. Lewis will backhand it in behind the net. Quinn Hughes is waiting for it. Slides it near side. Nils Oman trying to clear Kent. It ends up bouncing back to Myers, who sends it out to center to Dakota Joshua. And he'll backhand it in behind the Flames net. Connor Mackey hit along the end boards, can't come up with the puck. Oman in the near corner. Stripped of it by Radim Zahorna. He slides it far corner to Lewis. Lewis has Ethan Bear on his back. Jack Studnicka in there on the forecheck for the Canucks, but Lewis comes up with it. And he'll leave the puck in behind the net for Mackey. Just slows things down for a moment. Both teams could use a bit of a break, I'm sure. But the pace we've seen here tonight, it's been a fun hockey game to watch. Flames get the puck in deep. Martin's going to clear it out himself. A nice stretch pass to Connor Garland, who tries to bust in. It's a sharp angle shot off. That backhand is turned aside by Markstrom. And now Höglander in front spins and shoots one wide. Shen will pick it up along the far boards and slap it off the end boards and back to the left point to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He rims it around. They get it back to Shen, who bowls over Dylan Dubé with a big open ice hit. Now Shen gets a weak shot off, but it skips wide to the near corner. Garland goes down low to Höglander. Leaves it far corner for Elias Pettersson. Pettersson attacking the puck from Nazem Kadri. Pettersson turns into the far corner. Slides it down low to Höglander. Returns the puck to Pettersson. Pettersson walks up the far boards, back to the right point, moves it high slot. Ekman-Larsson, a shot blocked by Andrew Mangiapane, and there comes Dubé the other way. Races it up the right wing side. Dubé trying to get by Shen, does. The centering pass to Kadri or Mangiapane's broken up. Now Mangiapane will pick it up, play left point. Hanifin with a slap shot. That's blocked by Pettersson, but the Canucks can't clear it. Here's Kadri, left point to Anderson. Anderson walks into the high slot, makes a nice pass. Hanifin shoots and is stopped by Martin, and he'll hang on. And both teams are hanging on here tonight. Back and forth we go, as Lewis showing us right now on his invisible telestrator.
Man alive. Chance after middle of the ice. Just take it, fellas. It's all yours on both sides.
Does anybody have a puffer? I'm going to need one. 5:11 to play in the second period. Shots on goal, 24 for Calgary, 17 for Vancouver. And the Flames and the Canucks in a high-event hockey game are tied at 3. Back with more of this beauty in a moment. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by South Point Toyota and HeartFit Clinic.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. Proud Albertan through and through. And equally proud of the truck I drive, Ford F-150. You know, driving across this great province, I've learned that no two Albertans are the same, which is why there's a tough, capable F-150 for everyone, from the long hauler to the weekend warrior. Plus, really smart options like the available interior work surface. Choice. It's a powerful thing. So if you're looking for a new truck, head to your Alberta Ford dealer. Tell them PB sent you.
Love it or customize it, Shane Homes builds custom homes you can afford.
Mom, Chris and I are officially building our dream home.
Tell me all about it.
We love the community and design. We were even able to make a few customizations like bigger bedrooms for your future grandbabies.
Shane Homes is now building in 10 communities throughout Calgary and Airdrie. What will you customize? Main floor bedroom, dog wash in the mudroom, or side entry for future rental income? Turn your wish list into reality. Visit ShaneHomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
Everyone from the biggest names in the world of sports to locals right here in Calgary all appear on the Sportsnet 960 guest hotline. The Big Show, Sportsnet Today, and Flames Talk book the big guests you need to hear from. Brought to you by Atlas Pizza and Sports Bar. Dine in, pick up, or have your game day special delivered. Find out why Atlas Pizza is a 14-time Consumer Choice Award winner. 6060 Memorial Drive Northeast, or call 403-248-3344. It's all sports, all the time on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
And the Flames have battled back
on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Not sure what's going on, but it's been almost 10 minutes since somebody scored. Blake Coleman's making his way to the Flames bench and now down the tunnel towards the dressing room. Something happened with him behind the play. Not sure what. Hopefully we'll get a look at a replay here next stoppage. Here's Anderson. Back to the left point to Hanifin. Fires a pass across the line to Ruzicka. He tries a shot, but it's blocked by Lazar, but it bounces back to Ruzicka at the left point. He'll shovel it behind the Canucks net. Backlund picks it up. Backlund attacking the puck from Burrows. Swings it down low to Toffoli. He chips it up the far boards, Anderson. In off the point. Moves it down low to Toffoli. Slides it left point, but his pass is intercepted by Miller. He'll skate it up the right wing side and into Flames territory. He stops, waits for some reinforcements off the Canucks bench. Now just gets it in deep as Horvat and Backlund battle for it along the end boards. Squirt out, and Ruzicka lifts it up in the air and out to center ice. He was able to beat Toffoli there. Turn away from the Flames forechecker. Across the red line. It's slided left wing side to Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev twisting and turning at the left point. Brings the puck around to the far quarter to Pettersson. There's a chopped off his stick smartly by Lindholm, but Mikheyev's there to pick it up. He centers it, looking for Hughes in front. Ends up bouncing off the blade of his stick. And Uyghur makes a good outlet pass to Lindholm, who was able to get away from Mikheyev and moving right wing side to Huberdeau. Tries to center it, but his pass gets blocked. And now Mikheyev will take over. Leave it in the far quarter for Barrett. Sends the puck out to center. Andrei Kuzmenko reverses it to Hughes. It gets away from the forechecking Kadri. And now bounces it off the boards, off the stick of Höglander and in behind the Flames net. Mackey, near side to Uyghur. Now ahead to Dubé. It's turned back at the Canucks blue line, and the Flames end up going offside on the play. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened to Blake Coleman here, Lou.
It didn't look good. He went down the tunnel in a hurry, and we'll get a look right here.
Oh, stick in the face.
Kyle Burroughs got his stick right into the mouth of Coleman, and I wonder if he's going to need to see the team dentist.
No penalty call on the play.
Nope.
I didn't see it, so I'm going to...
Here he comes.
Yeah, let the officials off the hook on that one.
He's coming back.
Well, that certainly is a good sign. Kadri walks towards the net, shoots and rips one right over top of the crossbar. And now here's Mackey with a shot that goes wide of Martin's net. Puck picked up by Höglander. Clears it out to center. Mackey fumbles it, recovers it, tries to shoot it in, but fans on the attempt. Now he'll pick it up and back it up. Stone will chase after it, and he gets dunked by Höglander. And is this penalty on Höglander or Stone? I think it's on Stone.
Both of them?
Maybe. I think Stone got his stick up on Höglander after Höglander took him down.
He looked like he pointed at both guys to me.
Vancouver, number 21, 2 minutes for cross-check. Calgary, number 26, 2 minutes for high sticking.
So that's exactly how I described it, Lou, but I mean, if Höglander doesn't cross-check Stone down to the ice, then Stone's stick doesn't come up on Höglander. It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing.
You don't see that one a lot.
No.
That is for certain.
I don't like that call at all. After watching the replay on Sportsnet, I can't imagine Daryl Sutter is going to be very happy with it either. So a little 4-on-4 hockey coming up here. The game hasn't been wide open enough, so I think 4-on-4 could get things going here, Lou.
You mean it hasn't been 4-on-4 all night?
Don't think it's been 3-on-3 all night. Faceoff coming up to Markstrom's right. Lindholm will take the draw versus Horvat. Lindholm wins it. Hanifin will set up and behind his net. Slide it near corner to Anderson. Taps the puck to Toffoli. He crosses the red line, loses it, and Horvat finds it and drops it back to Hughes. Glided behind his net. Now 2:20 to play in the second period. It's the Flames 3 and the Canucks 3 in a back and forth battle. Vancouver had a 2-0 lead before the 2-minute mark of the first period. Calgary battled back to tie it at 2 before the end of 20, and then took a 3-2 lead on the goal by Trevor Lewis before Sheldon Dries squared the score at 3. Toffoli on a shot redirected by Anderson and kicked away by Martin.
Great pass by Toffoli. Excellent rush to get to the net, and Anderson just couldn't tip it by Martin.
Now shoot the puck down the ice. Markstrom will move it to Uyghur. He's already got 1 assist tonight. Now Uyghur gets the puck to Backlund. He's got a goal. Backlund centers it, or tries to, but Myers goes down and blocks the pass. That is a great defensive play by the big man, Tyler Myers, born in Houston, raised right here in Calgary, playing the Bow Valley Minor Hockey Association, AAA for the Calgary Blackhawks, and also attended Edge School. Betch's parents are here tonight. There's Dubé racing it up the right wing side. Dubé shoots, and Martin flashes the leather and makes a terrific trapper stop.
And the pace of this game has been off the charts.
Awesome.
Both teams are skating so well. Not necessarily when they don't have the puck.
It just goes to show you, though, Lou, one of the criticisms I've heard a lot from fans this year is that the Flames don't have enough fast players. That doesn't mean you can't play fast as a team.
No, nothing moves faster than the puck. So when you're skating, making yourself available, and moving it to the right people, you do play fast.
There's Garland across the red line, and now the Flames blue line. Stops and shoots right into the flaming sea in the front of Markstrom's reverse retro jersey, and the goaltender will hold on.
It's rush night at the Dome. Tomorrow it'll be Wranglers night at the Dome as they, for a second straight game, entertain the Manitoba Moose. Watch future Flames right here at Scotiabank Saddledome. Get your tickets at calgarywranglers.com/tickets. Mitch Love's team fell 3-1 last night.
A rare loss for the Wranglers. Here's Anderson up the left wing side to his partner Hannafin. Can't settle down the bouncing puck. Myers can't either. Anderson will step up, pick it up, and lift it up in the air to Lindholm, who knocks it down and drops it off to Anderson. Anderson to Hannafin with a shot blocked fearlessly by Garland, who goes down in a heap and is having a hard time getting back up. Garland finally gets to his feet, but can't put much weight on his left leg. Here comes Cat bringing up the right wing side. Garland's got to get off the ice here. He's having a tough time. That's that left leg or left foot that's bothering him. Over the final 20 seconds of the second period now. Zadorov crosses the center and rips the puck in behind the Canucks net. Takes a weird hop off the end boards. Lewis and Ritchie in there on the forecheck for the Flames. Ritchie digs it free. Turns into the far corner. Banks it off the boards left point. Zadorov a shot. Stopped by Martin. And he'll hold on as Ritchie and Shen get into it. Now Zahorna will step in there to help out his teammate. Not that he needs it.
Luke Shen drew quite the praise today from his one-time head coach, Daryl Sutter. Called him the captain material. And Luke is he's a special person. I've known him for a long time. The product of Saskatoon. A one-time 5th overall pick to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And to his credit, he just keeps finding a job, and they play him a lot in Vancouver.
Of course, won back-to-back Stanley Cups as a teammate of Blake Coleman with the Lightning in 2020 and 2021. A couple of seconds are going to come off the clock. Bit of a pile-up in the corner at the end of the second period. Lots of shots being taken, and now lots of punches being thrown.
Well, the Canucks didn't like what Dylan Dubé did at the end of the period. They thought he was a little overzealous in the corner, and then Bo Horvat went over to tell him he didn't like it, and the melee ensued, if you will.
Looks like the officials settle everybody down and escort them towards their benches so they can head to their respective dressing rooms through 2 periods of play of what has been a really entertaining hockey game. 4 goals scored in the first. Bo Horvat and Connor Garland gave the Canucks a 2-0 lead, 1:48 in, before Michael Backlund and Andrew Mangiapane scored to tie the game at 2 before the end of 1. The two teams traded tallies in the second period. Trevor Lewis gave the Flames their first lead, making it 3-2 before Sheldon Dries. A minute and 40 seconds later, tied things up for the Canucks. That made it 3-3, and that's where we're at heading to period number 3 here at Scotiabank Saddledome. Shots on goal through 2 periods of play. Calgary has 27. Vancouver has 19 on special teams. Flames 1 for 3 on the power play, built by Homes by Avi. Take ownership of Calgary's best real estate investment opportunity. Argyle Condominiums at University District is calling your name. Visit homesbyavi.com for more information. And Flames a perfect 2 for 2 on the penalty kill, powered by Wolf Cadillac Calgary. Shop where the pros shop and get behind the wheel of an XT4, XT5, or loose favorite on the XT6 at wolfcadillacalgary.com. Taking a look at possession following 40 minutes tonight. Flames have flipped the script. They've actually got a fairly significant lead now. They're at 54.1%. They have spent 10 minutes and 5 seconds in the offensive zone. The Canucks, 8 minutes and 19 seconds. And as far as entertainment value is concerned, Lou, for me, this has been one of the best games of the year.
It's had a lot of pace. It's had a lot of action. It's had a lot of scoring chances. It hasn't had great structure or checking.
No.
But it has been very entertaining.
I'm not sure that Daryl Sutter and to a little lesser extent, Bruce Boudreau are going to love how this game is being played. But
I think Bruce probably appreciates it a little bit more than Darryl does.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But we're having fun, and that's all that matters, let's be honest. We are bringing you this game from the Peter Marr Radio broadcast booth, and if the Hall of Famer was here, he'd be loving this game as well. Sponsored by South Point Toyota. It's time to Toyota under the Toyota Tower. South Point Toyota is paying above market value for trade-ins up to 130% of Black Book value. So visit my friends at South Point Toyota. Speaking of my friends, standing by, ready to host our Express Pros second intermission. Here's Pat Steinberg.
And we are still no closer to figuring out a final score. We were tied after 20. We're still tied after 40. Just a few more goals on the board. 2-2 after 20. Then Calgary and Vancouver swap goals in the second. And it's 3-3 after 40 minutes of play here at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Vancouver pushed back a little bit in that second period when it comes to the 5-on-5 possession scale. So now after 40 minutes of play, the Flames enjoy a 33-29 edge in 5-on-5 shot attempts. That's good for 53.2% of the shot share or the 5-on-5 possession. High danger scoring chances thanks to our friends at Natural Stat Trick. 11-9 Calgary, including 8-7 Vancouver at 5-on-5. You know, it's Pat Steinberg and Logan Gordon here in your Express Pro second intermission. It has not been a game that's been great on the structure side of things. Both teams have been way leakier than they'd like to be. There's just it's been more river hockey than it has been structured hockey tonight.
Yeah, both teams did what I'll call their version of clamping down in the second period, which was better than it was in the first, but still probably not the defensive structure that either team's coach would like them to employ on a night-to-night basis. I thought actually as the period went on, Pat, it kind of got a little bit tighter out there. You could see both teams being a little bit more careful on the half walls in their own zone and sort of making sure that breakout wasn't quite as quick for the other team. But yeah, for the most part, this has just been a back-and-forth trade chances sort of game for both sides, and that kind of explains why we're at a 3-3 stalemate through 40.
As a human being who works with Peter Labardius, as a human being yourself who works with Peter Labardius, yes. I saw you look over at Lou after Trevor Lewis scored that goal, and look, I find some of the online vendettas interesting against players. I don't think there has been a time this year where Trevor Lewis has been a consideration to come out of the lineup. At least for performance reasons. The only thing that would ever have done it is, and I know Darryl said this to Lou once or twice about, maybe you'd like to give him a night off for just because he's a 36-year-old playing in the NHL, but you can't. He's too integral on your penalty kill. He's your most consistent guy on your fourth line, and that was a really good burst of speed, and he splits the defense. I know he doesn't finish that, but 2 seconds later he finishes it off the glove. So I get the Trevor Lewis appreciation. He's an easy guy to like, and he's an easy guy to root for.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where you have to be willing to dive a little bit deeper than just the points and assists. And even the goals have started to come. I mean, that's 6 on the year for Trevor Lewis. That's nothing to sneeze at for any fourth liner, Pat. So I think Trevor is one of those guys that is just such a consistent force for this team. He's so important on the penalty kill, and when he has those moments like that, where you're right, he didn't finish on the end-to-end chance, but he stays with the play. He makes a smart play and puts it right back towards the net, and it winds up going in. And I just think that Trevor Lewis does so much more positives for your team than negatives. I understand it's not the flashiest, it's not the high-end type of superstar that we want to cheer for in the NHL, but as far as guys that you win with and guys that are integral to other parts of the game, Trevor Lewis is at the top of the list for me for what he does for this Flames team.
So the Flames are playing without Chris Tanev tonight. Tanev out with an upper body injury. Who knows when he'll return? It would be awesome if he could come back for the next game, but who knows? He took a puck in a tough spot, kind of neck, head area, and so he'll take as long as he needs to recover from that. And so it's put the onus on, look, when Tanev's not in the lineup, this defense it's just not the same. But I give the top pairing of Hanifin and Anderson a lot of credit tonight. They've been really good. They've been the D pairing that has stood out the most to me. I've really liked what I've seen from Hanifin and Anderson tonight.
Just a continuation of what's been a strong year. I mean, Rasmus is coming off of playing 31 and a half minutes in Montreal on Monday night. That's a remarkable number, and
his career high by more than 2 minutes,
which is ridiculous for a guy that's been playing as much as he has already this season. It's kind of just comes with the territory for a guy when he's so important. We talk about how important Trevor Lewis is to the special team side of things on the penalty kill. Well, when you're Rasmus and you're important on those special teams, power play and penalty kill, plus you're going to be asked to take on the top matchup at 5-on-5, you're just going to see increased minutes when you're playing as well as they are. They've been a consistent pairing all year long, and I do think that in saying that, it's also been a bit for me because of the inconsistencies in the defensive zone. When Uyghur and Tanev are out there a bit, they've been running around a bit tonight, and I think...
You mean Uyghur and Zadorov?
Uyghur and Zadorov, excuse me, yes. That's been a bit of a miss for me tonight, so I think that, when you see that happening and you have some of those defensive lapses, it's easy when you're Ryan Huska and Daryl Sutter to, want to throw that pairing back over the boards, because every single time you know what you're going to get from them.
How have you felt about Jacob Markstrom's night tonight?
Mixed. Still mixed on that. I gotta be honest, I don't love the dry shot. I know it's a tough pinch by Connor Mackey, and you want Jonathan Huberdeau to be harder on the back check to cover that guy. I think that's a save that you got to get Markstrom to have. And most times, to Markstrom's credit, Pat, when he's had a rough start like this over the last little while, he's usually the guy that you lean on to shut things down the stretch. Now, it's just one goal. Your team is still tied heading into the third period, but I think you're going to want a big performance from him here in the third to shut things down. I'm kind of lukewarm on 25 tonight.
Yeah, it has not, based on, or compared to the last 2 or 3 that he's had, the game against Washington, I thought he was fine. Definitely the 2 games on the road trip against Columbus and Montreal, thought he was dynamite. Thought he was, he's hasn't looked as dialed tonight, but you've got an opportunity to go dial in the third period and give your team an opportunity to win.
Yeah, win the period, and you kind of control the narrative of how the game winds up if you're Jacob Markstrom, right? You win the third period and you win the game if you're the Calgary Flames. Then it's a tough start that you're able to bounce back from. If it's not, then it turns into, look, another bad start leads to a Flames loss, and that's kind of how it goes when you've got 20 minutes to decide a game. You'll write your own story if you're Jacob Markstrom in this one.
So in the second period, Trevor Lewis and Sheldon Dry score for the Flames and Canucks respectively, and it extends the tie game to 3-3, which is where we sit after 40 minutes of play. Logan Gordon, Pat Steinberg in your second intermission, brought to you by Express Pros. Make hiring easier with the workforce experts. Hiring's about finding the right person, so let the team at Express Employment Professionals recruit for you. Visit expresspros.com. 3-3, Calgary, Vancouver after 40. This is Alpine Credits Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
You're locked onto the home of the Calgary Flames. Sportsnet 960 The Fan. This is Flames Radio.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Wolf Cadillac and Green Drop.
Are you on the path of a heart attack? Is another one coming? Do you have high blood pressure, cholesterol, or poor circulation such as erectile dysfunction? These are big markers for heart disease. What's your risk of a heart attack or stroke in the next 5 years? HeartFit Clinic specializes in preventing and reversing heart disease. They have the most accurate screening tests and proven treatments only available at the HeartFit Clinic. No doctor's referral is required. Book your cardiac assessment today. Contact the HeartFit Clinic at heartfit.ca.
Hey Calgary, Dan Katz here for South Trail Hyundai. It's a very special time here at South Trail Hyundai. Our Build Your Dream Hyundai event is on now. That's right, not only do you get to pick every detail including options and color, but you also get to save big with discounts and interest rates locked in as low as 3.49%. Order today for spring delivery and save time and money only at South Trail Hyundai. Hurry in today to reserve your guaranteed build spot at South Trail Hyundai, just east of 52nd on 130th Avenue Southeast, and check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Hey, do you invest?
Do you have an investment advisor?
Or do you DIY?
Do you get advice from TikTok?
Are you curious about TFSAs, RESPs, RRSPs? What about crypto?
When it comes to investing, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust and which way to go. Access free and unbiased information to help you invest wisely and protect yourself from the wrong information. Visit checkfirst.ca today. Brought to you by the Alberta Securities Commission.
Darcy Schnorr here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. Lanny, you know what I love most about December?
Christmas?
Nope.
Treats?
Also no.
Oh, I know. Shaving that scraggly stash.
That's a close second. But no, my favorite thing is the Let It Snow event at Eastside. Anyone who buys a new or used vehicle between now and December 31st will qualify. If it snows more than 3 inches on January 17th, you get $10,000 back on your purchase or lease.
It's the best of the year. Let it snow. Hurry in to Eastside Dodge and tell them Lanny sent you.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
The Flames score a power play goal and make it 3-1.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan. You're locked on Flames Intermission with Pat Steinberg. Sportsnet 960 The Fan, Calgary.
Flames and Vancouver Canucks tied 3-3 after 40 minutes of play as we continue from the Scotiabank Saddledome live in the Peter Marr broadcast booth, brought to you by South Point Toyota. It's time to Toyota under the Toyota Tower. Pre-order from over 400 incoming new Toyotas with $0 down and no payments until May 2023 OAC. Okay. Time for your second period scoring summary. Very busy first period as Vancouver opened the scoring with a pair of goals in the first 2 minutes. At $1:14, Bo Horvat redirects home his 21st of the year. Horvat from Oliver Ekman-Larsson and JT Miller at 1:14, and it was 1-0 Vancouver. Then 34 seconds later, Connor Garland makes it 2-0 with his 5th of the year. Garland from Niels Höglander and Tyler Myers at $1:48. But the Flames push back and get one on the board in the power play. At 9:40, Michael Backlund pushes home his 6th of the year. Backlund from Dylan Dubé and Adam Ruzicka at 9:40, and it was 2-1. Then, a little less than 7 minutes later, Andrew Mangiapane ties it for Calgary with his 7th of the year. Mangiapane from Nazem Kadri and Dubé at 16:09. We had a 2-2 tie after 20 minutes of play. To the second period we go, and early on, the Flames take their first lead.
Lewis across center. Speeds into the Canucks zone. Gets through. Lewis a shot. Stopped by Martin. They score! Trevor Lewis took the shot, toughed it down if the puck crossed the goal line off of his stick, or if Radim Zohorna knocked it across the line and into the Canucks net. The Flames have scored 3 unanswered and have taken a 3-2 lead.
It was Trevor Lewis who gets the goal, his 6th of the year, banks it off the glove of Spencer Martin and in. So Lewis from Mackenzie Weegar and Jacob Markstrom at 3:51 to give the Flames their first lead of the game. But a minute 40 later, this game was tied.
Here comes Dreisen with a shot. He scores! Sheldon Dries fires it off the far goal post and into the Flames net. And the Canucks have tied the game at 3.
For Dries, his 3rd of the year from Höglander and Andrei Kuzmenko at 5:31. And we had a 3-3 tie then. That's the 3-3 tie that we're talking about after 40 minutes of play. Vancouver outshoots Calgary 12-11 in the second period. Shots are 27-19 Flames, though, after 40 minutes of play. Calgary 0 for 2 on the power play in the second. They're 1 for 3 tonight. Vancouver didn't get a second period power play, and they're 0 for 2 this evening. And this game's all square, 3-3 after 40 minutes of play. That's your second period summary. A quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Light Wednesday in the NHL, and everything is final from the prior 2 games. Ottawa opened up a 3-0 lead at home to Montreal. They hang on to a 3-2 win over the Habs, and Minnesota takes a 4-1 home ice win over Detroit. Well, the Flames have an opportunity to win a period and win a hockey game. We'll see if they can do that in period number 3 around the corner as they're all square with Vancouver 3-3 after 40 minutes of play. That'll wrap us up on your second intermission, brought to you by Express Pros. Derek Wills and Peter Lombardi is standing by. They've got third period play-by-play next. Flames and Canucks for the first time this season, tied 3-3 after 40 with the third period coming up next. This is Alpine Credits Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
You're locked onto the home of the Calgary Flames. Sportsnet 960 The Fan. This is Flames Radio.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Country Hills Toyota and Alpine Credits.
35 years, many more to come. Silver Hill Acura is celebrating their 35th anniversary with monthly service specials to keep you up and running. From oil changes to inspections. Right now, save big on brand new tires too. All season, all weather, all brands. Plus, look for discounts on tire storage and detailing. It's Silver Hill Acura's 35th anniversary. Calgary's original Acura dealer on McLeod since 1987. Go to silverhillacura.com.
Homes by Avi Show Home is now open in Vermilion Hill, Calgary's newest Southwest community. Urban living with a mountain view. With an array of floor plans including walkout basements and full legal suites, Homes by Avi makes it easy to discover your new home or rental opportunity. Bungalow and two-story front drive homes available now, starting from the mid-600s. Your mountain view awaits in Vermilion Hill. Homes by Avi. Built for you. Built for life. That's better value by design.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
Shoots, it's stopped, they score!
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Time for the final frame. Third period play-by-play is on Calgary Flames Radio. Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
It has been a seesaw showdown here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary tonight. The Canucks had a 2-0 lead on goals by Bo Horvat and Connor Garland before the Flames scored 3 straight. Michael Backlund, Andrew Mangiapane, and Trevor Lewis giving them a 3-2 lead. But then Sheldon Dries tied things up. It was 2-2 through 20. It is 3-3 following 40 as we get set for period number 3 of game number 1 of 4 between Calgary and Vancouver this season. And the next 3 are as entertaining as this one has been following 40 minutes, Lou.
Entertaining is nice. Winning for both these teams, essential. As Calgary plays 2 at home before heading on the road for 4 more in California prior to a very short Christmas break.
Flames have played so many games against non-conference opponents. I feel like this is the first time this season that I've talked about a game being a proverbial 4-pointer with the Canucks 4 points behind the Flames in the Pacific Division standings and a game in hand. So, yeah, this is a big one for both teams.
And they've done just fine against the West. They haven't fared very well this year against the East.
It was the opposite last year. Well, the third period has started, and the Flames might start with a 2-on-1. Nope. Mangiapane turns the puck over, and now Bear will back it up into the Canucks zone. Flames have to clear out on a delayed offside call. In this third period, the Flames with their black reverse retro jerseys on are moving from right to left on your radios. The Canucks with their road whites from left to right. And I believe this is the final time the Flames will wear these jerseys this season. Puck at the left point. Here's Hughes to Pettersson with a sharp angle shot. Stick to side by Markstrom. Now Anderson moves the puck into the far corner to Mangiapane, who's being hassled by Hughes and McCann, who are in there in the forecheck. Puck ends up coming free behind the Flames net. As both teams start to change, Hannafin will start the breakout and bump the puck back to Stone. Throws it in reverse and now swings it up the near side to Weegar. Weegar crosses the red line and moves it right wing side to Lindholm, who steps in and shoots and rips one wide of Martin's net. And the puck will ricochet off the end boards and all the way down the ice.
He did rip one.
And now Markstrom gives it to Weegar, who turns it over, but thankfully Miller can't catch up to the puck. Stone will scoop it up and skate it out. Takes a little hook from Miller, but continues on. Stone has a shot, a weak one, that goes wide of the Canucks net. Now to Foley. It's hit and knocked off the puck by Myers. As Ekman Larsson will fire it off the far boards and down the ice. Icing is waved off, so both teams will change. As Markstrom sets it up in behind his net for Anderson. Anderson came into the game leading the team and 10th in the league in average time on ice. Been playing a ton of late. As the puck is rolled in on Martin, he'll cover it up and hold on for a face-off. Anderson up to 24 minutes and 44 seconds a game, Lou.
It's good in one way. I think it's a lot in another way, coming off a career-high 31-30 against Montreal a couple of days ago. On the ice time front, got a nice note and neat stat from our good buddy Joey Kenward out in Vancouver. Quinn Hughes has played more than anyone tonight through 2 periods, 17 minutes. If he gets to 25 or more, it would be the 13th time he's been over that plateau in a game.
Well, they lean pretty heavily on him, don't they?
They do indeed.
There's Hannafin ahead to Backlund, who crosses the red line and returns the puck to Hannafin. Hannafin stops and rims it around to the far corner to Dubé. Has been flying since the get-go tonight. He turns the puck over here, though, and Horvat will send it out to center ahead to Miller. Skates it up the right wing side. It's forced off the puck by Zadorov. Ritchie trying to clear Kent. Garland will grab it for the Canucks. Garland throws it in front, and now Dries is robbed by Markstrom. A miraculous save by the Flames goaltender.
There's your candidate for the Shane Holmes save of the game. Sheldon Dries already has one tonight. Got inside position in front of the net against Weegar, and Ritchie was there, and that's a splendid stop. We will bring you the Shane Holmes save of the game in the post-game show. Shane Holmes donates to Kidsport Calgary on every save. Visit ShaneHolmes.com, the better way to build.
Just to try to paint a picture for you, Jacob Markstrom was laying flat on his face, reaches up with his glove and takes a goal away from Sheldon Dries. Looked like it was going to be 4-3 Canucks there. Buckamy on the Flames net. Garland will grab it in the near corner. Spin to his left and now turn to his right and now back to his left again as he tries to get away from Weegar, and he does. Shifty little guy. Garland is a slap shot, but it's blocked by Weegar. Garland gets it back. Slides it down low. Höglander walks it in behind the Flames net into the near corner. Plays it behind his back to Garland, who gets hit and knocked off the puck by Weegar, who I think has had enough of Garland on this shift. As Lewis pick up the puck and give it to Zahorna. He skates it across center, dodges a hit from Myers, and just gets it in deep to allow the Flames to make a line change.
Nils Höglander has a multi-point game. He wasn't even supposed to play tonight. Brock Besser went down late with an illness.
I know some have raised their eyebrows about that, wondering if it's indeed an illness or if maybe there's a trade coming for the talented Canucks forward. Lots of rumors surrounding him of late. Puck to the left point. Ekman Larsson with a shot off a loose stick, and now Stone gloves the puck to Dubé. That's an excellent play by Stone. And Mangiapane's going to move it ahead to Kadri. He gets muscled off the puck by Shen. And it's knocked out to the neutral zone by Joshua. Now Hannafin's going to bring it right back in for the Flames. Hannafin and up the left wing side with a shot knocked down on the doorstep by Ekman Larsson. He can't clear it out as Dubé is going to hold it in for the Flames. Tries to rim it around, but his pass to Anderson's intercepted by Bear, who leaves it behind the net for Ekman Larsson. Returns the puck to Bear, who slides it up the left wing side to Pettersson. Who stick handles across center. And now dumps it in behind the Flames net and chases after it. Markstrom out to get it. Feeds Hannafin. Slides it up the near side. Ruzicka trying to clear the zone, can't. Either can Backlund as Kuzmenko now ends up clearing it himself. And the Canucks forward will shoot it in from center. Canucks backing off the change as Hannafin works it up the left wing side to Ruzicka. He flips it to the Canucks line. Horvat will knock it down and out. And now Myers will bank it off the near boards and back into Flames territory. Just a few seconds away from the 5-minute mark of the third period. Things have slowed down a little bit. The Flames and the Canucks still tied at 3.
And you can tell both teams understand the importance.
Horvat's going to play the puck into the Flame zone, but not in deep. So Lindholm clears it out. Huberdeau gives it away to Lazar, though. Lazar dumps the puck into the near corner. Horvat gets there first on the forecheck. Turns and now centers. Myers with a slap shot blocked by Lindholm. And now Topolio pick up the puck and bounce it off the boards and into the Canucks zone. Flames sneaking a change. Moore comes right back in with it. As it knocked off the stick smartly by Mackey, who fails to clear it. Canucks will get it in deep. Dries. Chips it out in front. It ends up on Zahorna's stick, though. And Huberdeau moving rink wide to Ritchie, who drops it. Zahorna busting in. Tries to feed it in front to Ritchie, but the pass is broken up by Burrows. Now Ritchie centers it, but there's nobody in the slot for the Flames. And here comes Höglander the other way. Bounce it off the boards and in behind Markstrom's net. Höglander. It's bumped off the puck by Lewis. And Hannafin's there to pick it up. He'll slide it up the left wing side to Kadri. Glides across center and shoots right in on Martin. Grabs the puck with his glove and holds on. And we'll take a timeout. 13:56 to play in period number 3 here at Scotiabank Saddledome, where the Flames and the Canucks are still tied at 3. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Eastside Dodge and Express Pro.
Hey Calgary, Dan Katz here for South Trail Hyundai. The S word has finally arrived, and if you waited to get winter tires, South Trail Hyundai has you covered. We have a great selection of tires and rims in stock for all makes and models and ready for installation today. South Trail Hyundai also offers 0% financing on all winter tires and accessories like remote starters, block heaters, and all-weather mats. Don't slide by this winter without the safety of snow tires from South Trail Hyundai, located just east of 52nd on 130th Avenue Southeast, and check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is you. But to get an honest day's work, you need a callback. You need a job. Express Employment Professionals can help. We'll connect you to the right company. We're committed to your success and never charge a fee to find you a job. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Find your location at expresspros.com or on the Express Jobs app.
Are you on the path of a heart attack? Is another one coming? Do you have high blood pressure, cholesterol, or poor circulation such as erectile dysfunction? These are big markers for heart disease. What's your risk of a heart attack or stroke in the next 5 years? HeartFit Clinic specializes in detection and preventative measures that may reverse heart disease. They have the most accurate screening tests and proven treatments, only available at the HeartFit Clinic. No doctor's referral is required. Book your free cardiac consultation today. Visit heartfit.ca.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
A wicked one-timer, and the Flames take a 2-1 lead.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Start your day with a big show. It's Russick and Rose for the latest on the Flames, NHL, NFL, and a lot more. Join them 6 to 9 on Sportsnet 960 The Fan or wherever you get your podcasts.
I like to start my day with a hot cup of coffee, Lou.
Yeah, I don't mind that myself.
I really can't function without it. Not going to lie.
I may have noticed that.
Now he's going to bounce it off with Joshua and deep into the Canucks zone. Ekman Larsson will take over behind his net. Slide it right wing side to Shen, who sends it out to center, and Studnicka will bounce it off the boards and deep into the Flame zone. Anderson will grab it and leave it in behind the net for his partner, Hannafin. Scampers across center, moves it right wing side to Kadri. Stops just inside of the Canucks line and tries to move to Mangiapane. Into bouncing around into the far corner. Oman will grab it and give it to Mikheyev, who can't clear it. Now Hughes will back it up in behind the net. Bear will dig the puck out of his feet as both teams back off the change, and as the Sea of Red gets into it here at Scotiabank Saddledome, trying to help the Flames break a 3-3 tie with now just under 13 minutes remaining in regulation time. Hughes will circle in behind the Canucks net and give it to Bear. Sends it out to center. Kuzmenko moves it up the middle to Pettersson, who drops Mikheyev with a shot partially blocked by Coleman. And now Backlund will pick it up in behind his net. Michael Backlund snapping an 18-game goalless streak earlier tonight. Here he comes across the Canucks line. And he turns the puck over, and now Miller's going to bring it the other way. And slide it up the left wing side to Pettersson, who's bowled over a big hit by Uyghur on the Canucks' top point producer. Pettersson will give it to Miller. He tries to feed it in front to Kuzmenko, but Uyghur blocks the pass, lifts the puck up in the air and off of Myers' glove. And we've got a penalty call coming up. I think Myers held the puck in his glove for too long there, Lou.
He did. We're all over it, Derek. That's the exact call. The pride of DeWinton doesn't like it very much. And the Flames are headed back to the power play for the 4th time in the game. And they can use something in the 3rd to turn the tide. Vancouver's certainly been the more assertive and the team with more opportunities to start this period.
4th Holmes Miami power play of the hockey game for the Flames. They are 1 for 3 so far. They start with their first unit. The face-off coming up to Martin's right. Andrew wins the draw. Back to Lindholm, who leaves it left point for Anderson. He walks the line and returns it to Lindholm. Lindholm shoots. He's stopped. Rebound off the right pad of Martin. Ends up bouncing into the near corner. Shen trying to clear it out, can't. As Huberdeau is going to hold it in. and knock it into the near corner to Kadri. He rims it around up the far boards to Lindholm. Lindholm stick handles into the far corner and plays the puck right point to Anderson. Slides it across to Toffoli. Returns it to Anderson. Anderson to Toffoli. Toffoli shoots and rips it just high and wide of Martin's net. Puck held in right point by Anderson. Moves it into the slot to Kadri. He taps it far side to Lindholm. We'll back it up to the blue line to Anderson. Near circle to Foley with a one-timer off of Shen. Up over the glass and out of play.
A little bit different look this time. Flames will move people around, but Toffoli and Lindholm more in the flank, and Huberdeau down low instead of being on the flank. Net side.
Tyler Toffoli's been good against the Canucks in his career. Doesn't have a point yet tonight, but 21 goals and 35 points in now 41 games.
That is 6 more goals against Vancouver than any other team. You know who's next?
Calgary?
Calgary, 15.
Not anymore. Puck lifted up in the air. Canucks have a 2-1, one short-handed. Pettersson. Lazar, who's stopped by Markstrom. Now Lazar centers it, but there's nobody in front for the Canucks to knock it into a wide-open Flames net. Here comes Lindholm the other way. Rims it around up the near side to Huberdeau, who will play it in behind the Canucks net. Kadri, Lindholm are after it, but it's picked up by Pettersson, who drops it to Burrows, but he can't clear it. Anderson holds the puck in right point. Slides it across to Foley, to Huberdeau, in front, and the pass misses Kadri. Now Anderson has shot. It's blocked by Burrows. Here's Kadri. Right point to Anderson. Far half boards to Kadri. Now down low, Huberdeau tries to center it, but he throws the puck right into Bear. And Bear's going to freeze it for a face-off.
What an odd stretch again as the Flames had control. They had some good pressure, couple of good looks, won some face-offs, and as you pointed out to me during the intermission, the Flames have done a nice job all year in terms of winning power play face-offs, but then they get caught up and surrender a 2-on-1 opportunity shorthanded and are lucky that they didn't give up the go-ahead goal.
Now that puck went right through Markstrom, and luckily for him and the Flames, wound up going wide of the net by about a foot. Knox will dump it down the ice. Markstrom will stop the puck and set it up for Hanifin. And now 20 seconds left in the Myers minor. Hanifin crosses the red line, guns the puck in behind the Canucks net. Dubé and Mangiapane in there with a forecheck, and now Backlund joins them. Dubé trying to dig it out. Can't. Mangiapane does, and swings it up the near side to Ruzicka. He plays it down low to Backlund. Turns and slides it up the far side to Dubé. As the Canucks penalty comes to an end, here's Hanifin. Top of the near circle, Ruzicka with a shot. Stopped by Martin. Rebound picked up and played on net by Backlund, but Martin makes the save and holds on, and now Backlund and Shen get into it.
Yeah, Luke's been into it several times tonight, which is not uncommon for him. Playing in game number 892 tonight.
And you mentioned earlier he was taken 5th overall in 2008, and 3 of the 4 guys taken ahead of him will wind up in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Steven Stamkos went 1, Drew Doughty went 2, Zach Bogosian went 3, Alex Pietrangelo went 4.
Remember it well.
Wow. And then his younger brother Braden went 5th overall the next season. Not bad, those Shen boys.
No, they're okay.
Here's a Hornet, right wing side to Ritchie. Rumbles it up the right wing side, stops, turns, and moves it down low to Zahorna, who centers. Lewis, a one-timer stop, rebound, and he bats that one wide of the Canucks net, and the puck deflects over the glass and out of play. What a game Trevor Lewis has had.
Yeah, he's had a fine game. Trevor has his 6th of the year to tie last season's mark. Set up beautifully from behind the net by Zahorna, who's shown us his ability to do that on a number of occasions since his call-up.
And we're going to take a break. 9:46 remaining in regulation time here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, where the Canucks have goals from Bo Horvat, Connor Garland, and Sheldon Dries. The Flames from Michael Backlund, Andrew Mangiapane, and Trevor Lewis. And Calgary and Vancouver are tied at 3. Back with more of the third period. And Pat will have a look at not so busy out-of-town scoreboard as well. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by Shane Holmes and Silver Hill Acura.
Get
Get the perfect holiday gifts for hockey fans on your list at NHLshop.ca. The world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and more. All the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special holiday offer. NHLshop.ca, a Fanatics experience.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. I'm proud to call Alberta home, and I'm equally proud of the truck that I drive, my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, but most importantly, it's built for the open road. And that's something that Albertans know a thing or two about, because when your home is this beautiful, this rugged, you need a truck to match. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, trust the #1 choice of Albertans, Ford F-150. Just head to your Alberta Ford dealer. Tell them PB sent you.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
The Flames finally break the goose egg and take a 1-0 lead.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
9:46 to play in period number 3 in this game. It's the Flames 3 and the Canucks 3. And now with a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, here's Pat Steinberg.
It's all final scores tonight because this is the last game going and only 2 other finals. Montreal falls 3-2 on the road in Ottawa. Minnesota gets by Detroit 4-1.
Face-off coming up to Martin's left. Lindholm will take it for the Flames, and he wins it versus the Canucks Dries. Battle for it along the far boards. Toffoli and Lindholm trying to dig it out. Toffoli does, but it ends up bouncing over the blade of Huberdeau's stick. And now Ekman-Larsson will bank it off the near boards off of Hannafin into the Flame zone. Höglander will pick the puck up for the Canucks. He throws it to the net off a body, and it deflects just wide. Ekman-Larsson will throw it into a pile of players in the far corner. Anderson and Garland in there battling for it. Lindholm and Dreiser in there as well. The officials warning the guys to knock it off as Garland comes out of the pile with the puck. But the centering pass is intercepted by Huberdeau. He's got 9 points in his last 9 games, but he turns the puck over here, and here comes Garland in up the right wing side. And some turnovers from 10 in black tonight.
It's been a tough night for him. It's been a tough night for this line.
And Huberdeau will flip the puck deep into the Canucks zone. Kadrin in there with a full head of steam on the forecheck, as is Mangiapane. The puck is picked up by Bear, who sends it out to center. Now it's Kuzmenko. Slides it up the left wing side. McCann playing it in behind Markstrom's net. Pettersson's in there on the forecheck for the Canucks, but Zadorov gets away from him. Gives the puck to Uyghur. Tries to send it out to center, but the pass is behind Kadri. And Kadri hustles and beats out the icing call. Kadri will pick the puck up at the far corner. Tries to lay it back to the right point to Anderson, but the pass is intercepted by McCann. He slides the right wing side to Kuzmenko. And he'll reverse it into the Canucks zone where Hughes will set things up. Canucks sneaking in a change here as Hughes gives the puck to Bear. Coleman's all over him on the forecheck. Bear makes a dangerous cross-ice pass, but it does get to Miller. He leaves it in behind the net for Bear. And he'll bounce it off the boards and out. And Lazar will pick it up and skate it in, but the Canucks are called offside at the Flames blue line.
During every Flames game, you can participate in the RE/MAX Calgary Flames Foundation 50-50. It's a nice total tonight. Tickets available at calgaryflames.com/5050 every game day until 11 at night. Support the absolutely fabulous work done by the foundation. Visit calgaryflames.com/5050, nearing $163,000 tonight.
Big bucks.
No whammies.
I used to love that show.
Me too. Peter Tamarkin.
Used to watch it with my grandma.
See, that's a good memory.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I meant to say this on Monday night. Belated happy 99th birthday to Bob Barker. 99. I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
My goodness. What a life.
The greatest game show host ever, in my humble opinion. My parents tell the story of how when I was 2 or 3 years old, I would stand on the coffee table in the living room pretending I was Bob Barker.
You and Barney Stinson.
Back at a left point. And Mackey can't keep it in, so the Flames have to clear out. As Myers will take over and move it up the middle off the stick of Joshua and deep into the Flame zone. Mackey back to get it. Gives it to Zohorna. who swats the pack by Oman and down the ice. Not enough on that for icing as Myers has to hustle back to get it. Myers moves it up the far side to Joshua. Slides the right wing boards to Burrows. Banks it into Flames territory. Mackey's going to clear it right back out. And now Shen takes over at the Canucks blue line. 7 minutes remaining in regulation time. The offense has dried up a little bit. 4 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second, no goals in the third. And the Flames and the Canucks are still tied at 3 tonight. Puck loose at the Canucks line. Dubé will pick it up and bring it in. Dubé up the left wing side, drops. Uyghur shoots, is stopped, big rebound, and Uyghur can't get to it. Now he has to hustle back. Garland missing Dries with a pass. Dries does catch up to the puck in the far corner, but now gets written off of it by Zadorov.
It's a really good play by Nikita because his partner, who did a nice job to help engineer a good scoring chance, got caught up, and there was no forward help on the backside away from where the puck was. Great hustle, and the Flames end up icing it.
Face-off coming up to Markstrom's right. He has stopped 19 of 22 Canuck shots. At the other end, Martin has stopped 32 of 35 Flame shots. And we're tied at 3. Kadri wins a defensive zone draw versus Pettersson. Dubé tries to clear the puck but can't. It's held in by Mikheyev. Moves it in behind the Flames net. Uyghur will grab it and send it out to center to Mangiapane. Tries to drop to Kadri, but he overskates it. And the Flames have to clear out on a delayed offside call. They'll make a change as Hughes moves the puck ahead to Mikheyev, and he'll backhand it in behind the Flames net. Markstrom out to get it. Wrists it high off the glass by Bear at the right point. And the puck will trickle into the Canuck zone. Toffoli chasing after it, beaten there by Bear, who sends it out to center to Kuzmenko.
Ethan did well with that. I thought Toffoli was going to strip him.
Looked that way. Mikheyev will dump the puck in. Anderson will take over behind his net. Now march up the middle. And saucer it to Huberdeau. Weaves his way in. Huberdeau angles up the far board, spins and centers. His pass bounces off of Hanifin's skate. And now Huberdeau's stripped of the puck by Lazar. We've got a 2-on-1. Lazar in, drops, Miller to Lazar, but the pass goes behind him as the Flames dodge a bullet. And now here comes Lindholm the other way. Lindholm in 1-on-4 is pushed off the puck by the much bigger Myers as things open up a little bit again.
This might be one of the toughest games I've ever seen Jonathan Huberdeau have at any level.
Comes it over on with the Canucks line. He turns the puck over. Shen lifted up in the air and out. Pullman knocks it down with a high stick, so no Flames can touch it. So Studnicka picks it up and plays it into their zone as Anderson will grab it in the far corner, give it to Backlund. Backlund has it knocked off the stick, and now Joshua slides the puck to Studnicka, but Coleman whacks it away from him and back to Hanifin.
What do you know? The Flames in another one-goal game in the late stages of the third.
Lou, they have played in 17 one-goal games this season, most in the NHL, and their 10 one-goal losses are tied for most in the league. Here's Ritchie, right point to Stone, who winds and fires one wide of Martin's net. And now Hanifin with a slap shot. That gets blocked by Höglander. Hanifin gets the puck back, walks it in behind the Canucks net. They'll bank it off the end boards, but Garland's able to beat Zahorna to it, and he'll lob it up in the air and deep into the Flame zone, and Höglander will beat out the icing call and just get out of Stone's way. Michael Stone had Nils Höglander lined up. Here's Hanifin, off the stick of Lewis, by Bear, into the Canucks zone. No ice, I'm sure you can hear the linesman yelling that as both teams will make changes with now less than 4 minutes remaining in regulation time in this 3-3 game. Pettersson will backhand the puck in behind the Flames net. Kuzmenko chasing, beaten there by Uyghur. He banks it off of Kadri's stick and down the ice, and that'll be an icing call on the Flames with now 3:38 to play.
The St. Louis Blues are coming to town on Friday night. We'll get you set with the South Trail Hyundai Flames warm-up show at 6. Derek and I with a call from this very spot, the Peter Maher radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota, just after 7.
I'm not going to lie, I'm glad that that game is starting just after 7 as opposed to just before midnight like tonight's game.
Just before midnight. Might end just before midnight.
I'm not going to be home until about 12:30 or 1, I know that. Dubé chasing the puck into the Canucks zone, backhanded in behind the net. Mangiapane chasing after it, as is Kadri. It's Pettersson who comes up with it, and he spins and banks it off the far boards and into Flames territory.
Boy, you'd love to find one in regulation time against a division rival, wouldn't you?
You sure would. The last 4 Canucks wins have all been in overtime. Might be heading there again. Now Uyghur turns the puck over. Here comes Lazar in. Lazar drives the net, shoots and misses, and now centers to Miller, who 1 times 1 wide. Lazar gets it back, tries a shot, but has it blocked by Zadorov. Boy, some great chances for Curtis Lazar in the third. And now Huberdeau picks off a pass, clears the puck out and down the ice. Icing gets waved off. As Myers will leave the puck near side for Horvat. Canucks captain makes a stretch pass at a good one. It bounces off Studnicka's stick. Studnicka played in behind the Flames net. The Canucks are backing off the change, so Coleman will take over, and he gives it away to Joshua. Joshua walks in and tries a shot, but it's blocked by Hanifin. Too many turnovers.
Oh, goodness.
I think we're at a bakery. Here comes Backlund into the Canucks zone. They'll move it in behind the net. Ruzicka ends up turning the puck over. And now Joshua slides it right wing side to Shen, who lines across the Flames blue line, but Oman beats him in, and the Canucks go offside, and we'll take a timeout. Our final one tonight, with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in regulation time. Vancouver had a 2-0 lead. Calgary had a 3-2 lead. But the Flames and the Canucks are now tied at 3. This is Alpine Credits, Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960 is brought to you by South Trail Chrysler and Homes by Avi.
Are you on the path of a heart attack? Is another one coming? Do you have high blood pressure, cholesterol, or poor circulation such as erectile dysfunction? These are big markers for heart disease. What's your risk of a heart attack or stroke in the next 5 years? HeartFit Clinic specializes in preventing and reversing heart disease. They have the most accurate screening tests and proven treatments only available at the HeartFit Clinic. No doctor's referral is required. Book your cardiac assessment today. Contact the HeartFit Clinic at heartfit.ca.
Love it or customize it, Shane Homes builds custom homes you can afford.
Mom, Chris and I are officially building our dream home.
Tell me all about it.
We love the community and design. We were even able to make a few customizations like bigger bedrooms for your future grandbabies.
Shane Homes is now building in 10 communities throughout Calgary and Airdrie. What will you customize? Main floor bedroom, dog wash in the mudroom, or side entry for future rental income? Turn your wish list into reality. Visit ShaneHomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. Proud Albertan through and through. And equally proud of the truck I drive, Ford F-150. You know, driving across this great province, I've learned that no 2 Albertans are the same, which is why there's a tough, capable F-150 for everyone, from the long hauler to the weekend warrior. Plus, really smart options like the available interior work surface. Choice. It's a powerful thing. So if you're looking for a new truck, head to your Alberta Ford dealer. Tell them PB sent you.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Flames Hockey.
Elias Lindholm zips the puck off the goalpost and in.
On Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Bo Horvat, Connor Garland, and Sheldon Dries have scored for the Canucks. Michael Backlund, Andrew Mangiapane, and Trevor Lewis for the Flames. It is 3-3. Just over 2 minutes remaining in regulation time here at the Dome. As the puck is loose at center, Pettersson lays it to the Flames line no further. Dubé will grab it. Danced by Garland, and now chop the puck into the Canucks zone, and Mangiapane will chase after it. Dubé gets in there with a forecheck as well. He picks it up and rims around up the far side to Uyghur. He slides it down low to Kadri. They leave it for Mangiapane. Returns the puck to Kadri. He gives it back to Mangiapane, who's tackled by Pettersson as the puck is picked up by Mikheyev, and he'll dump it in behind the Flames net. Markstrom out to get it. Makes a dangerous pass, but does complete it to Zadorov. The puck ends up coming free for Horvat, who backhands it behind the net. Garland trying to play at left point, but it ends up bouncing off to Foley, sticking out. And now Miller move it up the near side to Myers, who shoots it back in from center. A minute 15 now left in the third period. Back to the right point. Held in by Myers, who slides it down a little Horvat. Horvat tackled by Hanifin, who reacts as though there's a penalty call coming, but there isn't. So he picks up his stick again as Horvat picks up the puck. He leaves it in the near corner for Miller. Miller twisting and turning. Will drop it back to Lazar. Returns it to Miller. Miller leaves it near side for Myers, who comes in off the right point. Stick handles in behind the net. Plays it into the far corner to Horvat. Horvat tries a pass, but it's knocked down by Huberdeau, who then bowls over Burrows, and here comes Hanifin up the ice. Hanifin walks in, centers it to Foley, swings and misses, and breaks his stick in the process. So he's got to go to the bench as Huberdeau steals the puck, but he's in there 1-on-5 with the Flames in the middle of making a line change. We're into the final 30 seconds now. Here's Backlund, right point to Weegar. Across the line to Zadorov. He shoots, and that shot gets knocked down in front as Huberdeau runs into Martin, and the Canucks goaltender goes down. Here's Backlund behind the net with a dozen seconds left. He gives it to Huberdeau, who drops it. Coleman shoots it and just misses Martin's net. And now a battle for the puck in the near corner. It ends up bouncing by Coleman and by Zadorov and out. And this game will be decided in overtime or a shootout. It is 3-3 through 3.
That was like Jonathan Huberdeau took out every ounce of frustration on a tough night and almost helped his team win the game. He bowled over Burrows to get the Flames out of trouble in their own end, moved it up the ice, was around the front of the net, provided a screen as the Flames nearly found one late. And what do you know? They're going to overtime again for a third consecutive game.
Can I offer the Flames a piece of advice?
Well, I don't
take a penalty in overtime. All 4 overtime losses for the Flames this season have been on power play goals by their opponent, including their 2-1 overtime loss to the Canadians. Well, actually, that was a shootout loss. But including their 5-4 overtime loss to the Maple Leafs last Saturday. So, yeah, don't take a penalty in overtime.
No, they somehow managed their way through 4 minutes straight of 4-on-3 penalty killing to get to that shootout. But they have indeed lost the 3 games in the 5-minute 3-on-3, all shorthanded. Now the Canucks, they're 3-3 by my count in overtime games that end in the 5-minute session. And they down San Jose in their last one on December the 7th. This is a very important, I know it's early in the year, but it's an important extra point.
Sure is. Vancouver 4 points behind Calgary in the Pacific Division with a game in hand.
So this is now 18 one-goal games.
Yep. Crazy. See if they can win this one. Flames will start with 2 forwards, Kadri and Mangiapane, and 1 defenseman, Anderson. The Canucks with 2 forwards, Pettersson and Mikheyev, and 1 defenseman in Hughes. Kadri lines up versus Pettersson for the face-off. The Flames win it, and we are underway here in 3-on-3 overtime. Anderson will leave it in behind the net for Kadri. Kadri cuts to the middle, crosses his blue line and now the red line, and then decides to turn back. He'll saucer it up the near side to Anderson. Pettersson in hot pursuit of him, as Anderson will leave it in behind the net for Mangiapane. Pettersson holds him up. Mikheyev gets in there on the forecheck. And Pettersson's bumped off the puck by Anderson, and now Mangiapane will saucer it out to center ahead to Kadri. Tries to go outside in on Hughes, who steals it from him. Flames will start to change as Hughes spins and drops the puck to Pettersson. He skates it out to center, and now he'll turn back as the Canucks start to change. Calgary out shooting Vancouver 36-22. But it is 3-3 here in 3-on-3 overtime. Hughes from behind his net. With Huberdeau watching. He'll skate the puck across his blue line. And now the red line and bump it back to Miller. Miller crosses the Flames' blue line. Miller shoots and rips one right over top of Markstrom's net. Puck bounces off the end boards to Kuzmenko. He slides it down low, but Miller can't get to the puck. Lindholm beats him to it and slides it out to center ahead to Huberdeau. Huberdeau drops it. Lindholm kicks the puck to his stick. Walks in, centers. Huberdeau redirects it wide of an open net. A great chance to end the game for Jonathan Huberdeau. Here comes Ekman Larsson the other way. Skates it up the left wing side. Bounces it off the boards to himself. And now gives the puck to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko has it chopped off the stick by Dubé. And the Canucks will have to regroup inside of their own territory.
Boy, Lindholm made a nice feed, didn't he?
Sure did. Larson being hassled by Dubé on the forecheck. Gets rid of the puck and gives it to Garland. Flames will back off to start a change as Garland slides the left wing side to Ekman Larson. He glides in and drops. Garland winds and fires, and Markstrom makes the save. And now Zadorov will move the puck to Mangiapane. He speeds out to center and drops to Kadri, who has to back up. Now he'll turn across center and bring the puck into the Canucks zone. Kadri shoots, and Martin makes the save. And the rebound is picked up by Pettersson. Flames changing here. The Canucks will follow suit as Pettersson takes over behind his net. It's away from the forechecking Lindholm and makes a stretch pass to Höglander, who shoots, and Markstrom gets a piece of the puck with the tip of his trapper to knock it just wide of the net. Halfway through 3-on-3 overtime, and it's still 3-3. Here comes Huberdeau across center. Bring the puck into the Canucks zone. Huberdeau stick handles in, takes a look over his shoulder, and sees Hanifin and drops the puck to him. But Hanifin has his pocket picked by Höglander, and Höglander's going to knock it ahead to Miller. And we've got a 2-on-1. Miller shoots, and Markstrom again will knock it wide of the net with his glove. Didn't get much of the puck, but got enough of it. And the Canucks will shoot it back into their own zone. And Martin, I'm not sure, was ready to handle that hot a pass, Lou.
They're lucky that wasn't on net.
Might have been in the net.
It sure would have.
1:50 to play in overtime as Hughes skates into the Flame zone. Hughes up the left wing side, spins to get away from Toffoli. Hughes will turn out to center with it now. So Canucks have to clear out. As Hughes will give the puck to Horvat. The Canucks captain will tap it to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko walks in, turns back to the line. Kuzmenko stops, tries to cut to the middle, but loses the puck, and Zadorov skates, and then it bounces right through Markstrom and wide of the Flames net. Here comes Toffoli the other way. He drops to Zadorov, who returns the puck to Toffoli. He moves it right wing boards to Backlund. Backlund tries to shoot, does, and Martin makes a left pad save. And here come the Canucks the other way. McCabe's got a break. McCabe walks in, shoots, and Markstrom makes a terrific right pad stop. A game saver. Here comes Backlund the other way. Backlund walks in and now circles in behind the Canucks net, gets hit and knocked off the puck by Bear. We're into the final 60 seconds of overtime now. Bear will send the puck out to center. McCabe crosses the Flames blue line. It's tied up by Kadri. Kadri and McCabe battling. McCabe comes up with the puck, ends up rimming it around up the far boards to Miller, and will turn out to center with it. Miller slides it up the near side to Ekman Larson. Returns the puck to Miller. Crosses the Flames blue line. Miller turns back to the blue line and banks it off the near boards to Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson doesn't like what he sees, so he'll lay the puck out to the neutral zone, and here comes Miller back in with it. Miller walks in and shoots, and Markstrom makes a pad stop. Now 15 seconds left in overtime. Miller protecting the puck. Will drop it back to Hughes. Hughes centers it. Garland shoots, and Markstrom sprawls to make the stop. Flames with a second left need a shot. Anderson gets a weak one away. Stopped by Martin. And for the second straight game, the Flames will go to a shootout tonight. They are tied at 3 with the Canucks.
Derek, this is my observation after a number of overtimes lately. I think the Flames need to practice more 3-on-3 situations. I start to feel like the other teams have a better plan.
Some set plays.
It just, if it's not for Jacob Markstrom,
it's game's over.
It's game over how many times? While the Flames really only had one good chance, and that was the Lindholm to Huberdeau redirect that just missed on the near side.
Now, we don't get to see the Flames practice in the road, but we get to see them practice at home, and I can't remember the last time they practiced 3-on-3, can you?
No, I can't.
It's kind of fun to watch, too, selfishly.
Don't be surprised if that isn't in the arsenal tomorrow.
All right, so to a shootout we go. Fun game. We are bringing it to you from our beautiful vantage point in the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota. It's time to Toyota under the Toyota Tower. Pre-order from over 400 incoming new Toyotas with 0 down and 0 payments until May 2023 OAC. Only at South Point Toyota.
Well, as far as shootouts are concerned, the Canucks have been in one, and they lost it to Nashville on the 5th of November. The Flames are 1-2. You don't have to look too far back for their last one. It was a loss in Montreal on Monday night.
Flames, as the home team, have elected to shoot first. It'll be Jonathan Huberdeau. 1-on-1 with Spencer Martin.
And he's a perfect 3 for 3 this season.
Huberdeau picks up the puck at center, comes in a wide left, cuts to the middle, glides to the net, Deeks shoots, and is stopped by Martin.
Martin was incredibly patient on that.
Huberdeau tried to go backhand to forehand and kind of lost momentum and lost the puck. The Canucks' first shooter will be Andrei Kuzmenko. 1-on-1 with Jacob Markstrom. Kuzmenko picks up the puck at the red line, weaves his way in up the middle, speeds up, slows down, shoots and scores. Andrei Kuzmenko snaps the puck by Jacob Markstrom on the glove side and gives the Canucks a 1-0 lead in the shootout.
That's the way a lot of players go about their business. They'll come in slow and then really make a number of moves that make it so difficult on the goal.
Flames' second shooter, Dylan Dubé, starts right at center ice, speeds across the Canucks line, turns to his left, and now cuts back to the middle. Dubé, Deeks, shoots, and misses the Canucks net, and he had Martin down and out.
Yeah, he did what he wanted to do. Zipped across, went to the backhand side, had room, shot it wide.
Canucks' second shooter. The chance to end the hockey game is Elias Pettersson. Pettersson zigzags in up the middle of the ice, slows down, Deeks, shoots, and runs out of real estate. Jacob Markstrom outweights him, and the Flames live to play another day or to take another shot.
This is an interesting decision for me right here. Michael Backlund does not have a great history in shootouts. In fact, they believe he's only scored once in his career.
Wow.
This would be a good time for two.
Did snap an 18-game goal streak earlier tonight. Backlund will weave his way in up the middle. Backlund, Deeks, shoots, and misses the Canucks net. It looked like a carbon copy of the Dubé attempt, and the game is over. The Canucks win the shootout 1-0 and win the game 4-3. The Flames pick up an important point, but the Canucks get two.
My goodness. Lots of opportunities again, especially through the first couple of periods. Jacob Markstrom absolutely laid it all on the line in the third, made 3 or 4 10-bellers in the 5-minute overtime. And the Flames' overtime record now is becoming a bit of an issue.
Tough one for the Flames, who spotted the Canucks a 2-goal lead before the 2-minute mark of the first period, but they battled back, take a 3-2 lead, let that slip away. Game ends up going to overtime and then a shootout, and the Canucks win it 4-3. So I guess the silver lining is a 3-game point streak for the Flames, an overtime loss and a couple of shootout losses. It's now time for the Silver Hill Acura 3 stars.
The second star tonight for the Vancouver Canucks, number 21, Nils Hoglander. And your first star tonight from your Calgary Flames, number 29, Dylan Dubé.
All right, there are tonight's 3 stars brought to you by Silver Hill Acura. Family owned and operated for over 35 years on McLeod Trail South. Visit silverhillacura.com. Probably tough on Pat Steinberg to pick the 3 stars tonight.
Very.
And
very.
It was a back and forth battle between the Flames and the Canucks. But he decides to go with Trevor Lewis as the 3rd star. Lewis with a goal on 5 shots. And Lou, he had some other great opportunities for the Flames in this hockey game. I thought he really made the most of his 9 minutes and 18 seconds tonight.
Yeah, he did. He had a wonderful chance to potentially win the game on a nice